Using the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe, Guthrie's is still serving the best chicken fingers in the world, just like you like them, fresh, hot, and fast. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and now an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
You can trust your car to the place with the star to get you to the things you love or travel near and far. With Texaco at your side, life can be a lovely ride. So trust your car to the Texaco star.
When you fill up with Texaco with Techron, you get unbeatable mileage to help make your adventures bigger than ever. Download the Texaco app to find a station near you.
Yellowhammer Brewing is proud to sponsor the Alabama Crimson Tide. Yellowhammer Brewing has been crafting fine beers for the state of Alabama for 12 years running. Their beers include a variety of classic styles, including their latest release, Yellowhammer Gold, a light, easy-drinking American lager. These guys are local and doing great things for their community. You can find their beers at grocery stores, restaurants, and craft beer shops throughout the state. Check them out at yellowhammerbrewing.com. Make your next pint of Yellowhammer and roll Tide.
Who's Healthy Now is presented by ATI Physical Therapy. ATI Physical Therapy is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Built by Bama, rebuilt by ATI. Visit ATIPT.com/Bama for new office locations near you. Good news, Latrell Reitzel back for the Alabama Crimson Tide men's basketball team. That is good because he's been out with a head injury, played limited minutes against the University of Florida in the Tide's last game on Tuesday, but is expected to be back, and we will talk with Coach Nate Oats about that very shortly. You'll hear that conversation coming up segment after next, but we also, unfortunately, will likely be without Rylan Griffin today, a lower leg injury, a calf injury that will have him sidelined today, and Coach discusses his future and what that looks like in the next few days as well for the Crimson Tide. So some good news, some bad news with the injury front, and hopefully that will just improve as we go through the next few days and get ready for the SEC tournament next week in Nashville. Time for our quick game facts. They're presented by Kohl's. Remember, Tide fans, a new season at Kohl's. Everyday styles at great prices. You can get more of what you want for less. Find go-tos for going everywhere and perfect picks for your home. Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. For the Crimson Tide of Alabama, ranked as high as 16th in the country this week. 20-10 is the overall record with a 12-5 league mark. Mark Sears is the top scorer at just over 21 a game. Grant Nelson's 5.5 boards leads him there, and Aaron Estrada at 4.4 assists is the top distributor on the team for Nate Oats, who's in his 5th year at the University of Alabama, a record of 112-52 in 9 total seasons as a head coach. It's 208-95. Eric Musselman is in his 9th year as a head coach, a record of 220-99 in 5 total seasons in Fayetteville as well, a record of 110-57 for Coach Muss. Tremont Mark at 17 points per game leads them in scoring. Trevon Brazil at 6 rebounds is tops in that column, and the assist leader is Devontae Davis at 2.5 per game for a squad that's only 6-11 in the SEC, 15-15 overall on the year. When we come back, Roger Hoover has your Bama Hardwood Profile presented by Everwood Treatment Company, then the Alabama Athletics Update presented by Homewood Suites by Hilton. That'll be my conversation with the coach presented by Brombergs. It's all here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately, in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This Bama Hardwood Profile is presented by Everwood Treatment Company, the official treated lumber of Alabama Athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. Alabama women's basketball fell to Tennessee, 83-61 in the quarterfinals of the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament on Friday in Greenville, South Carolina. Next up for the Crimson Tide is awaiting to learn its NCAA tournament fate as the selection show will air on Sunday, March 17th. This UA Athletics Update is presented by Homewood Suites by Hilton. Make yourself at home at the new Homewood Suites in downtown Tuscaloosa. Stay in comfort and enjoy the great options of the on-site 205 bar and restaurant. Homewood Suites Tuscaloosa, proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. Bama fans, no one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis. From the regular season straight through the postseason, we got your team covered anywhere you go. SiriusXM.us/SEC Radio 2023. When we come back, you'll hear Chris Stewart's pregame conversation with Alabama head coach Nate Oats. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Nick Pringle.
And I'm Loyal McQueen.
Winter is a time for excitement of Crimson Tide basketball, but it is also when viruses that cause respiratory diseases are more rapid into our community.
Vaccination is important for everyone, and especially for those who are at higher risk of developing complications, including older Americans and those with medical conditions.
Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19, flu, and RSV. So don't wait, vaccinate.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/immunization today. Stay safe and roll Tide.
When you're planning your next visit to Tuscaloosa, explore the upscale options available at the new AC Hotel by Marriott. Conveniently located in the heart of downtown Tuscaloosa, surrounding yourself in luxury and comfort in a spacious room with complimentary Wi-Fi, a smart TV, premium toiletries, and a plush bed, while the rooftop bar and lounge provides the best place in town to wind down after cheering the Crimson Tide to victory. AC Hotel Tuscaloosa Downtown is proud to be a preferred hotel partner of the University of Alabama Athletics.
Yellowhammer Brewing is proud to sponsor the Alabama Crimson Tide. Yellowhammer Brewing has been crafting fine beers for the state of Alabama for 12 years running. Their beers include a variety of classic styles, including their latest release, Yellowhammer Gold, a light, easy-drinking American lager. These guys are local and doing great things for their community. You can find their beers at grocery stores, restaurants, and craft beer shops throughout the state. Check them out at yellowhammerbrewing.com. Make your next pint of Yellowhammer and roll Tide.
Walk-Ons is always a win. Whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner, we got it covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into our mouth-watering menu like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location or order online or on the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
At Alabama Roofing Professionals, our first priority is you, the customer, and ensuring that you are a happily satisfied customer with a roof that you love. We are professionals in the roofing business and will treat your home like it's our own. For a free quote, visit us online at alroofpros.com. Official roofing partner of the Crimson Tide, Alabama Roofing Professionals. Our name says it all.
You can trust your car to the place with the star to get you to the things you love or travel near and far. With Texaco at your side, life can be a lovely ride. So trust your car to the Texaco star.
When you fill up with Texaco with Techron, you get unbeatable mileage to help make your adventures bigger than ever. Download the Texaco app to find a station near you.
Welcome back to Coleman Coliseum. I'm Chris Stewart. It's time for our Bromberg's pregame interview with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Coach Nate Oats. It's amazing. During the offseason, we wait on the night of the first game, and then we blink, and here we are, the final regular season game of the season, Coach. It goes way too quick, but it's where we are, thankfully, with a lot of basketball still to be played.
Yeah, we got anywhere between 3 and 10 games, so I've told the team, we'd like it to be a lot closer to 10 than 3. But we got to get back to playing good basketball. We need to get on a run here. We need to get back to having fun. I think, and this hasn't happened here often, you look at usually after a loss, we bounce back, and that's usually some of our better games. But I felt like that Tennessee loss really got our guys in a little bit of a funk, and it bled over to Florida, and one loss turned into 2, and we definitely can't let it turn into 3. So, hopefully this looks a lot more like what we usually look like after a loss than Florida did. So, and Florida's a good team, but, I definitely think we were 7 points away, a couple possessions away from winning the league title. If we'd beat Tennessee, we were almost assured of winning the league, and we just came up a little short. And I think guys got real disappointed, but there's still plenty of basketball to be played. We can still win an SEC tournament championship. Those are not easy to get either, and we've won a couple of those around here. So that's our goal now. A win today guarantees us at least a 2 or 3 seed. So we, having that bye to the quarterfinals is big, and we just got to get back to playing good basketball.
And Coach, one of the things that you and I talked about the other day, while it was a negative to have to play as quickly as you did after the loss to Tennessee, getting the extra day to rest up mentally as well as physically was probably as big as anything for your team coming into this one against Arkansas.
Yeah, I felt we needed to get away, just take a day off, physically, obviously you need a day off, but more emotionally, mentally. All right, let's get back, let's regroup, let's talk about where we're at, see what's going on. And Arkansas is super talented, so this is not, even though I know their record doesn't show, they're at 500 right now, but they're definitely playing their best basketball. And they were picked, I think, 3rd in the league. Like they're in talent level, they're probably about right where they should have been picked. So, and some of their talent's really starting to come around and play a lot better. So this is not like we got a gimme game going into the conference tournament. This is going to be a hard game. So we really needed guys to get their minds right, refresh. I think we're in a good place. I thought we've had a couple good practices. I think we'll be ready to go.
Rested, but Coach, unfortunately not fully healed. You're getting one guy back. hopefully more minutes than he's played in a while in Latrell Wrightsell, but Riley Griffin not likely to see any action today, and I know that's very tough because he's such a versatile player for you.
Yeah, we got to get him ready by hopefully SEC tournament, if not that, by the NCAA tournament. But Latrell, if Latrell can go a full, 30-plus minutes, that'll be a great help to us. It's almost like you trade those two out, and they're both very good at what they do. They're a little different, but they both make shots and are good defenders and bring what we need. So it'd be nice if we can get them both here in the postseason, but at least we have one, hopefully, and hopefully Trell feels good as the game goes on and we can play him a lot more minutes than we did at Florida. But yeah, it's disappointing we don't have Rylan, but Mark, Aaron, Latrell, pretty good backcourt. We've got some freshmen that are starting to step up. I think Sam's had 2 really good practices. We need him to play well. Davin's been playing better and better as the year goes on, and then need some of our front court guys to play. Maybe we don't play 4 guards ever tonight. Maybe it's just 3 all the time. Counting Sam and Davin as kind of 5 guys of that 3-guard rotation, and we need the bigs to play a little better. Be nice if a couple of those shooting, spacing bigs could knock down some shots and help us out today too.
Coach, last thing, I'm hesitant to ask you a senior day question in this day and age of college basketball because you've got a lot of guys that have that designation, but most of them have the opportunity potentially to come back. But nonetheless, it is a chance to honor those guys, to recognize them. And while they haven't been around here very long, they have been very special to the program.
No, that's true, and it's probably going to become more common this way. Now, once we lose the COVID year, we've got one more year to kind of deal with that, where guys have a COVID year. It'll be a little more clear-cut who your seniors are. Because now we've got 5 scholarship guys a max, and 5 of the 6, they're 4th year, but they still have that COVID year where they can play next year. So if they choose to use it, I'd love to have them all back. If not, we're going to celebrate all of them. And I didn't really want to force them to make a decision whether you do senior year this year or do you think you're coming back. Let's just focus on what we're doing right now, try to win as many games as we can, and let's just honor all the seniors. And then if they choose to come back, that's great. We'll take another year with them. If they choose to, get their college degree, move on, try to play professionally, that's great too. We'll support them that way. But for right now, let's celebrate what they've done, whether it's they've been here 2 years, 1 year. Max Charnowski's been here all 4 as a walk-on. He's been a great part of the program. But, yeah, I think we talk about each of these guys individually. I'll talk about them after the game. We're going to do the whole ceremony after the game. So hopefully you're listening to this and you can stay for after the game. We're going to try to get everybody to stay in there after the game's done as much as possible.
Coach, thank you for the time and good luck today.
Appreciate it, Chris. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Coach Nate Oats with us on our Bromberg's pregame interview. Great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts at your local Ford dealer. We're back after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh. I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Tom Stipe with your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update. Alabama Power for a better Alabama. Full day of SEC action starts today with Bama and Arkansas here at Coleman. We'll be watching closely as tonight Bama's ultimate seeding in next week's SEC tournament in Nashville hangs in the balance. A pair of games will be getting started as we finish up. Ole Miss will welcome Texas A&M, and over in Starkville, Mississippi State will host South Carolina. But up first, Bama and Arkansas from Coleman. Coming right up, this is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Hi, I'm Jay Howard, an employee at BASF in Alabama. As a supervisor, I love working with a company who wins by offering great benefits to its team members. With great chemistry, anything is possible. At BASF, we create chemistry around the world through our people and our products. To join a winning team and a great place to work, visit BASF.US/Alabama. That's BASF.US/Alabama. BASF, we create chemistry.
We've all been caught up in the little chores that pile up every day. The dishes in the sink, the trash that needs taking out, the pesky check engine light. What I want? Isn't it time to make a change and escape to a whole new world of possibilities? Where there's dinner without dishes, nights filled with adventure, and every day you feel like a winner. A little change can go a long way when you escape every day at Wing Creek Casino and on the Casinoverse app.
Hi, I'm Nick Pringle.
And I'm Loyal McQueen.
Winter is a time for excitement of Crimson Tide basketball, but it is also when viruses that cause respiratory diseases are more rapid into our community.
Vaccination is important for everyone, and especially for those who are at higher risk of developing complications, including older Americans and those with medical conditions.
Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19, flu, and RSV. So don't wait, vaccinate.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/immunization today. Stay safe and roll Tide.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Alabama. Greatness starts here. See your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965 by Hal and Melissa Guthrie, Guthrie's was America's first chicken finger restaurant. Guthrie still uses the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe in every chicken finger they serve, fresh, hot, and fast. Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers has been Alabama-owned and operated for over 58 years and is still going strong. Come see us soon. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and now an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Game day at home with Chick-fil-A. Just order ahead through the Chick-fil-A app and score before the game even starts. Eat more chicken and roll Tide. They bring us the little things Chick-fil-A does. Those are the little things on the offensive end that can determine winning and losing. Brian Pasick, what are those little things that we hope will be big things for Alabama today?
Well, this Arkansas team has been very much up and down this season as Coach Oats talked about. They're playing their best basketball. In one area that they've drastically improved is on the defensive end, and their three-point percentage defense is much better here the last month of the season than it's been over the course of the season. And one thing they've done on the defensive end consistently all year long is block shots. They're one of the best in college basketball at protecting the rim. Alabama offensively needs to make good rim decisions, either finish at the rim, hopefully get to the free throw line, or kick out to open shooters.
Family owned and operated for 75 years, Royal Furniture has locations in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Memphis, and Jackson, Tennessee. For your shopping convenience, shop online as well at royalfurniture.com. We'll have the Royal Furniture Salute to Service coming up late in the first half here as well. Keys to victory and starting lineups next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
Hey, Bama fans. Tuscaloosa Drug Company is a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics. We've been serving our community and the University Athletic Department for over a decade. There are 3 locations in the Tuscaloosa and Northport area to serve you. We understand the importance of prompt and efficient service. That's why we strive to provide service that you can rely on, where we know you by name. The next time you have a medication need, call who the Tide calls, Tuscaloosa Drug.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council. You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
back at Coleman Coliseum, where we are a little more than 5 minutes away from tip-off between Alabama and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Brian, passing the keys to victory are presented by Ford. What are those keys on the defensive end?
Well, this Arkansas Razorback has gotten much better defensively, but offensively, Alabama's got to slow down the hottest player in college basketball. We said that last week with Dalton Connect, and now it's been Khalif Battle, who is on a 4-game tear like we've never seen in the SEC. In his last 4 games, he got 42 against Missouri, 36 against Vanderbilt, 34 against Kentucky, and the only game in the last 4 that Khalif Battle didn't score at least 30 points or more, he struggled against LSU, only had 29 in that game. So he has been on an unbelievable tear on the offensive end. Bama's got to do a great job defensively. The good news is you've got Latrell Wrightsell back. He's one of Alabama's best perimeter defenders, but unfortunately, Rylan Griffin is Alabama's best perimeter defender. He won't have a chance to try to slow down Khalif Battle, but this is far from a one-man show. There's a reason why Arkansas was picked very high in this league in the preseason. Top 10 in America before the season started. It's because of their talent level, and that talent is starting to come together. Tremont Mark, also one of the top transfers in college basketball. He was great at Houston last year. We saw him when we went to play the Houston Cougars. Alabama beat Houston in that game. Tremont Mark has been one of the better players in the SEC on the perimeter. He leads the Hogs in scoring.
The starting lineups are presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. We'll have those in the tip when we come back. But now we close the Ford pregame show. Alabama and Arkansas next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Ford pregame show. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide basketball is also brought to you by Texaco. Proven unbeatable mileage. Texaco with Techron. Driving performance. BASF. We create chemistry. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit RollTide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. And by Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and now a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Get ready. Alabama Crimson Tide basketball is next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Looking for the perfect match?
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Find a vehicle you'll love at the Toyota Ready, Set, Go event. Toyota, let's go places. Get 3.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4. Offer valid through April 1st, 2024. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.52 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
On your next trip to Tuscaloosa, check out the Residence Inn Tuscaloosa. Located along the banks of the Black Warrior River, our all-suite hotel is just a short drive from the University of Alabama in downtown Tuscaloosa. Our accommodations are ideal for any traveler, whether you're staying overnight or for an extended stay. Our hotel is devoted to giving Tide fans an amazing experience from start to finish, including a free football game day shuttle for guests. At Residence Inn Tuscaloosa, it's not just a room, it's a residence, and we're proud to be a preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is the official party punch of the University of Alabama. Packing an ABV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is low sugar and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See all for details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Baseline at 6. Stop. Fall away shot from bottom. The stop, the layup, count it, and he is fouled. 3 seconds. 2 at 1. For the win. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Barkley GMC, Tuscaloosa's leader. Barkley makes it easy. Chick-fil-A, it's the little things that matter at Chick-fil-A. Texaco, proven unbeatable mileage. Texaco with Techron, driving performance. And by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Now, turn it up. It's game time.
Welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you with us at Coleman Coliseum as the Alabama Crimson Tide, 16th ranked team in America, gets set to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. Another great crowd has made their way here to Coleman. What is the final regular season home game of the 2024 SEC slate?
Stand and deliver a rolling tide for Alabama's starting 5. At forward, a 6'11" senior from Devils Lake, North Dakota, number 2, Grant Nelson. At forward, a 6'10" senior from Seabrook, South Carolina, number 23, Nick Pringle. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Omaha, Nebraska, number 12, Latrell Reisel Jr. At guard, a 6'3" graduate from Woodbury, New Jersey, number 55, Aaron Estrada. And at guard, a 6'1" senior from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, number 1, Mark Sears. The assistant coaches are Austin Clonch, Ryan Pannone, and Preston Murphy. And Alabama's head coach is Nate Oats. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alabama basketball.
Those were the starters presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win. While we've got a moment, why don't we pause 10 seconds so our local stations can identify themselves to you. Welcome to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Our studio engineer today is Dave Jordan. I'm Chris Stewart alongside Brian Passink, Tom Stipe. Great to have Jim Dunaway with us as our Cooks Pest Control bench reporter for today's broadcast, with Roger Hoover making his way back from the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament, where unfortunately the Bama women were eliminated in the quarterfinal round, but very much anticipating an NCAA tournament at-large bid. Arkansas wearing the white uniforms today, as it is a crimson out, we'll call it. They said red, but we know they meant crimson out here at Coleman Coliseum. Most people, including Brian Passink, obliged.
I got the memo.
You got the memo. I forgot about the memo. As did Stipe. And we're not holding Dunaway responsible because he's just joined us on the fly. But we're glad you're with us. And Bama wearing the great-looking crimson unis and just about set to get things going. Javon Brazil to jump for the Razorbacks, and Nick Pringle for the Tide. Chuck Jones, our lead official, will stride to center court, throws it in the air, and the tap is controlled by the Crimson Tide and Mark Sears. Aaron Estrada will bring it ahead against the man-to-man from the Hogs. Gives it off to Nelson on the left wing. Takes a dribble to his right. A third, a fourth, a fifth. Goes left. Stops at the elbow extended. Needs help as he's being hounded tightly. And he'll continue to pivot. Had it knocked away, but into the hands of Pringle. 7 on the shot clock. Pringle hands it off to Sears at 4. Over to Nelson. Thought about it at 2. Steps back at 1. Had his shot attempt blocked. And the Hogs will come the other way.
Not a good offensive possession at all. Well defended by Arkansas. Should have been a turnover earlier in the possession and end up with a block shot.
Lawson will hand it off to Mark. Mark working top of the arc against Bama's Mark Sears. He'll drive to his left. He'll go downhill. He'll throw a pass to Lawson, who kicks it into the corner to Brazil. Around they go to Battle. Into the corner, far side to Mark. Back to Battle. A deep 3 from 30 feet out. It's no good. And the rebound is claimed by Nelson. Bama will push it ahead. Grant to Estrada. Driving left side. Got cut off. Goes to his right. Down the lane. Flipped it up. Wouldn't go. Tipped it. Tried to himself, but it goes out of bounds. And possession will belong to the Razorbacks.
Well, that's a good look for Aaron Estrada. One he normally makes. Was able to get inside the defense. Went with his left hand. The shot blocker coming over. Talked about Arkansas' strength defensively is their ability to block shots. Got a block shot on the first possession and changed the shot against Aaron Estrada on the second.
Ellis front court with it for the Hogs. Looking to his right. Gives it off. Now to Lawson down low. Pump fake, reverse layup. Got it to go. Use the rim to shield the shot blocker there. Got it to go, and the Hogs have taken a 2-0 lead. Bama the other way. Estrada to Nelson. All alone, top of the arc. 3, too strong. Rebound fought for and claimed by the Razorbacks.
Good look for Grant Nelson. In rhythm, a step-in 3. Not able to connect, but that's one he can make.
Hogs with the basketball at the elbow. Mark driving in. Had his shot attempt blocked, but back into his hands. 14 on the shot clock. Mark with it far corner. Gives it outside to Ellis. Now to Battle. Right of the circle at 8 on the shot clock. Battle at 6. Battle at 5. Double teamed at 4. Had it knocked away and stolen. Now a flip ahead. Stolen back by the Razorbacks. Reitzel tried to save it, but the Hogs took it back. They'll drive in, they'll lay it up, they'll miss it, but a foul is going to be whistled on Grant Nelson. Tremont Mark, the man who will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Just an unfortunate break for Alabama. Great job defensively. Forced a turnover late in the shot clock. Latrell Reitzel went out of bounds to avoid being on the line. Threw it to what he thought was an open teammate, streaking down the sideline, and Nick Pringle. Bama ends up turning it over, and Grant Nelson picks up his first, an area that he has struggled. He's been in foul trouble as of late. Didn't get back in a good enough defensive position, and Arkansas gets to the line where they've been really good in recent games.
Mark able to hit both free throws. Makes it a 4-0 lead. Bama runs the other way, though. Estrada top of the arc. Stops, looks, pivots, gives it off to Sears. Sears at the timeline near side. Now hands it off Pringle drives up to the free throw line, flips it back to Reitzel, fakes a three, drives, dishes to Nelson. He'll go baseline, gets to the block, flipped it to Pringle, bobbled it, got it back, laid it up, and got it to go for Bama's first bucket.
Alabama's got some good looks the first couple of possessions. Great look inside from Grant Nelson to Nick Pringle. Took a little contact, but able to finish at the rim.
Hogs work it to the elbow right side with Lawson. Lawson will dump it into the low post to Mark. Mark working against Estrada. Mark, lean-in shot from the right block, rolls off, but the weak side putback good by Brazil.
Alabama forced it. Pretty tough shot, but not able to get the block out. Easy put-back dunk for the Hogs.
6'2" Razorbacks. Here's Estrada, top of the key. Played off the screen from Pringle. Poked away by Mark. He'll bring it front court. Mark had it poked away nearly, but then blocked by Nelson on a great play. Ball gets batted around, out of bounds. Touch last by the Hogs. Great help defense by Grant Nelson filling in after the initial contest was made by either Estrada or Mark Sears, but Nelson came in and swatted away the layup attempt.
Well, you don't want to turn the ball over, but if you do, you got to have all five guys sprinting back on defense. Grant Nelson was able to get back. Bama forces a difficult shot, and Grant Nelson, top 10 in the SEC in block shots, gets one right there.
Alabama with the basketball, trailing Arkansas 6-2 with 16:27 to go in the opening half. Pringle to Sears, top of the arc. Drives to the free throw line, hesitates, goes down the lane, gets pushed from behind, knocked to the deck. They'll whistle that one on the Hogs. I believe it'll be on L. Ellis. It will. The 6'3", 180-pound graduate transfer from Louisville.
Mark Sears gets inside, takes the contact. Normally he'd put that up on the backboard to get 2 free throws.
Boy, a steal on the inbounds by Brazil. Goes in and lays it up for 2. Tough break right there for Bama.
And nobody was able to get open underneath out of bounds. And Arkansas, team that blocks shots, and they're doing a much better job in all areas defensively, gets the tip out and easy layup.
Pringle, nice drive inside, but had the shot attempt blocked. Hogs come the other way, driving down the lane, scoop shot, and a foul's going to be whistled on Alabama. Let's see who they call it on as we head to immediate timeout. 15:54 to go first half. Tough start for Bama. Hogs rolling out to an 8-2 lead here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Here at Payless Drugs, we continue to be just what the doctor ordered. We know getting the medicine you need is especially important during these unique times. And for your safety and convenience, we offer a drive-through at every location. Plus, we have prescription delivery and contactless pickup at all locations. Now's the time to take care of your immunization needs. Stop by any of our convenient locations today.
Just what the doctor ordered. Payless Drugs.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge, and they'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. Make your statement. Visit Fast Signs at their new location just past Tuscaloosa Ford on the left. Locally owned and operated by Milton and Gina Chancellor.
A little morning basketball between Alabama and Arkansas. It is presented by CB&S Bank, proud to sponsor the Crimson Tide and prouder to take the court with you. Bama down 6 early, 8-2 to Arkansas, 15:54 to play in the first half at Coleman Coliseum. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Brian Pasick. We are courtside across the way. Happy to welcome veteran broadcaster who happens to be the host of one of my favorite shows, Jim Dunaway on the bench. What you got for us?
Hey, good news, bad news. Good news first, that foul on Reitzel. So Nelson still with just one personal foul. Couple opportunities for him contested at the rim that he was very mature and did not pick up an early second or third foul. We're about to get him on a substitution there. Bad news is Nate Oats during this timeout encouraging the guys with a little bit more energy. Got some injuries here, and the guys are a couple of guys, including Ryland, on the sweat. So Nate's trying to encourage the guys to wake up and get going early on here and try to turn the tide in this contest. Back over to you, Brian. You got to bring your own energy this morning, huh?
You have to. Early game Alabama shouldn't have a problem with that. This team practices in the morning, but so far the energy has been from the team wearing white. That's usually Alabama, but Crimson out, Alabama in the Crimson, Arkansas, the visitors in the white, and they have brought the energy. Alabama struggling in a lot of areas here the first 5 minutes of the game. 3 turnovers for Alabama. All 3 of those have been on steals. For Arkansas, Bama's getting out rebounded, turning it over, and also a couple of blocked shots for the Razorbacks. Alabama 1 for 5, turning it over. That's a bad combination. That puts Arkansas, a team that isn't as fast as Alabama, but will get out and run after block shots and turnovers. One of the reasons they're out to an 8-2 lead with a chance to add to that at the free throw line.
Out of the timeout, Bama will go with Sam Walters, Nick Pringle, Jaron Stevenson, Mark Sears, and Latrell Reitzel is the 5 on the floor.
You know, with the injury situation over the last couple of weeks, Latrell Reitzel's been out with a head injury. Now Rylan Griffin with the calf bruise. We've seen Nate go to different lineups. This is a pretty big lineup with Pringle on the inside, Jaron Stevenson, and Sam Walters at 6'9" at the small forward, essentially a guard on the floor, along with Reitzel and Mark Sears. So having to mix and match from a lineup standpoint, but this lineup a little bigger than we've seen in recent games.
Caleb Battle at the free throw line hits the first and the second. And the Hogs push the lead to 8. It's 10-2 here early with 15:50 remaining in the opening half of play. Sears will get it front court for Alabama. Working against Ellis. Sears taking it to the left wing with the dribble. Now to the top of the arc. Picks it up. Fires a pass to Reitzel. Latrell will drive. Kicks it into the corner. Stevenson at the elbow to Sears. He'll flip it back to Stevenson, and he'll drive down the lane. Got bumped. Good job by Jaron aggressively going to the rack. Drew the foul from Chandler Lawson. His first. It will also be team foul number 3 on the Hogs.
Love to get Jaron Stevenson going. He's been up and down this year as a freshman, reclassified. Really should be a senior in high school. A guy that can shoot it, has athletic ability to get to the basket like he did on that possession. When you're struggling offensively like Alabama has here in the early going, attack the basket, get to the free throw line, and that's what Jaron was able to do.
Correct myself, second team foul on the Hogs as Stevenson hits the first. He'll have another attempt upcoming. Ellis and Lawson with 1 each for the Hogs. Reitzel and Nelson 1 each for Alabama as the freshman from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Jaron Stevenson hits them both, and Bama makes it a 10-4 contest. Ellis front court for the Razorbacks. Looking to mark, gets a touch pass right back to him. Ellis driving up to the wing, now throws it into the short corner left side. With the dribble is Brazil, trying to back his way down against Sears. Lost it off his foot, out of bounds. Possession will belong to the Crimson Tide. Good job defensively by Mark Sears there. By Nick Pringle right there.
Yeah, good position defense by Nick Pringle. One of the reasons why some Alabama players have gotten in foul trouble is being out of position. Nick Pringle was aggressive, but able to move his feet and force a turnover.
Reitzel with the basketball, giving it up to Sears. Mark dribbles to the timeline far side, now to the wing, now to the corner. Bounce pass to Pringle, back out Reitzel. Spots up 3, that's left to the mark. Rebound tipped into the air by Pringle twice, but then controlled by the Hogs. They'll run the other way. Ellis putting it up with the left hand, no good. Tip follow is good, but they're going to wipe it off. Basket interference. The rim was touched by an Arkansas player. The ball popped straight into the air and then fell through, but by virtue of the Hogs touching the cylinder, that will give it back to the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, Alabama fortunate right there because that ball was going to go through regardless of if the rim was being held or not. Alabama did a good job getting back in transition defense, but nice tip by the Razorbacks, but fortunately it won't count.
Alabama basketball trailing 10-4. Pringle with a dribble, throws a bounce pass out the back door. He was expecting Walters to keep going, but he didn't, and Pringle will exit. Estrada will come in, and Reitzel will get a breather.
He was expecting him to keep going, but I'm not sure it would have mattered. That was not a great decision by Nick Pringle, and he'll check out.
Here's Mark with the basketball, feeding it off to Davenport. Now up top, they'll go to Trevon Mark again. Mark firing it left side to Battle. Battle will drive, threw up something wild, and then caught it. That should have been a travel. Instead, they say it was deflected, I guess, and here comes Ellis the other way. Ellis, a bounce pass to Mitchell, drive into the rim, and lays it up for two. Alabama with Sears coming the other way. Fires a pass in the corner. Walters catch and shoot three, rims out. Put the putback good by Nelson. 12-6, Razorbacks with a lead.
If you move the defense and get in the paint, it's hard to get block-out assignments. Mark Sears was able to converge the defense, even though it was a missed shot by Walters. Nobody able to put a body on Grant Nelson.
Ellis on the drive, fires a pass, out of bounds. He was intending to connect with Mekhi Mitchell, but Mitchell thought it was intended for somewhere else, pulled the hands back out of the way, and thankfully it goes out of bounds, and now the Tide will have possession. Here comes Estrada front court with 13:33 to play in the half. Estrada goes right, a bounce pass computed to Nelson. Missed the dunk, though, and here come the Hogs the other way. In transition, Battle getting down the lane. Had it stripped by Sears. Picked up initially by the Tide, but then a takeaway by the Hogs and a three in the corner, up and good by Battle.
That's a 5-point swing. Alabama misses the dunk, turns it over, and a three for the Razorbacks.
Estrada on the drive, lost the dribble off his foot, out of bounds, and Arkansas will get it back. Boy, tough series there for the Tide. Looked like they were really about to get something to go, and now Arkansas will have it, leading 15-6 and 13:08 remaining here in the opening half. Estrada out, and Reitzel back in for him. Here's Muhammad Diabate coming in for the first time. And I believe Jaron Stevenson will be the man to sit down. So we'll reset it for you. Nelson, Diabate, Reitzel, Walters, Sears, the five on the floor for the Crimson Tide.
5-point swing, missed dunk, followed by a three for Battle. And Alabama had numbers going to the basket, but kicks it out of bounds. Another Alabama turnover.
Hogs with it, near side Battle, throwing it to the elbow, where it will be caught there by Mitchell. Then back out. He'll go to Davenport. Back to Mitchell. Drive in the lane. Nice pick and roll there, and able to get the bucket to drop to make it 17-6. Arkansas's biggest lead. Diabate now to Walters. Walters pivots, needs help, finds Sears. Sears working to his right, takes it to the top of the arc, crosses over, goes down the lane. Nice feed, Diabate up off the glass. No, ball tipped out of control by the Hogs once again. Bama struggling here early as Mark will come the other way. Spots up for three, rims out. Rebounded Nelson, brings it himself ahead. Gets it into the front court. Flips it over to Diabate. Diabate back to Nelson. Fires into the corner. Reitzel, catch and shoot. Three.
That's a great look from Grant Nelson. You had Latrell Reitzel spotted up in the left corner. Arkansas slow to get to him. That was a confident-looking rhythm three, and Reitzel knocks it down.
Ellis down the lane, lays it up for two. Another missed assignment for Bama defensively. And the Tide getting burned on that end, but 19-9 the score. Now to Nelson, left corner, fakes a three. Thought about letting it fly, instead gives it to Reitzel. Latrell working his way down on the block, fires it in the corner. Walters, three, short. Rebound tipped, and a foul's going to be whistled, I believe, on the Razorbacks. We got to get Sam Walters going. He has struggled from deep as of late. Timeout on the floor. 11:40 to go in the half. Arkansas on top, 19-9. Here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
A caring man took a walk. He saw people suffering. Anxiety ran high. Hatred rose. I'll prepare a feast and bring them together, he thought. But some refused to join him. He was heartbroken because he wanted everyone to be filled. Not with food and wine, but with compassion.
Jesus welcomed all to the table. Visit HeGetsUs.com to learn more.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Alabama. Greatness starts here. See your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Coleman, Bama down early to Arkansas, 19-9 at the 11:40 mark, first half. On your next trip to T-Town, stay at the Residence Inn, located in the banks of the Black Warrior River. The all-suite hotel is just a short drive from campus and downtown, and ideal for any traveler, whether staying overnight or an extended stay. Residence Inn is not just a room, it's a residence, and proud to be the preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. Across the way, we have Jim Dunaway. What are you hearing on the Bama bench, Jim?
Well, Nate Oats just now getting into the huddle at the end of this timeout. Spent a lot of time with his assistants there working on a defensive plan to try to keep the Razorbacks from cutting to the rim. Good news that I saw in this last huddle, Nick Pringle talking to Sam Walters, a little player-led leadership, Brian passing. Pringle tells him, keep shooting, man. They're going to fall. We need you to keep shooting. A little Nick Pringle leadership during this timeout as well, Brian.
Yeah, always good to hear that from your seniors. And again, it is senior day here in Tuscaloosa. So for those here at Coleman Coliseum, stick around. 6 seniors will be honored after the game, hopefully after a Bama win. And if the Crimson Tide is going to win this game, they're going to have to do a much better job on the defensive end. Arkansas 5 for their last 6. And right now it's the Razorbacks converting on Alabama turnovers. It's been Alabama turning it over 5 times, giving the Arkansas Razorbacks 9 points off those turnovers. Arkansas's turned it over 4 times themselves, but Alabama hasn't been able to capitalize. So points off turnovers 9-0 in the Razorbacks' favor. A slow start for Alabama here at home, and there's been so much on the line for this Alabama team all year long. We talked about it in the pregame show that this is the first time in a long time that there hasn't been a championship on the line here at Coleman Coliseum in the SEC, but there is a double bye on the line, which is big in the SEC tournament. If Alabama wins this game, won't have to play until Friday if you lose. There are some scenarios where you could get the double bye, but more than likely you don't if you lose this game. Arkansas is playing their best basketball of the year, the last month of the season. This is a team that was expected to compete for the SEC title, and you see why from a talent standpoint. They're as good as most in this league, but they've had a rough year, but they're playing really well, and they've come in here with a lot of confidence. Alabama, from the tip, a little lethargic and has not played well. They've done a better job getting the ball inside. They've gotten some good looks on the offensive end, but too many turnovers and not enough stops here in the first half.
Out of the timeout, it's Estrada, Reitzel, Sears, Nelson, and Pringle. The 5 on the floor for Alabama. 20 to shoot, 11:40 to play in the half. Bama down 10. Sears trying to get open, does. Catch and shoot in the corner. 3, that's a nice way to come out of a timeout on a bank first 3 for the Crimson Tide.
Good idea to get him going. One of the best players in the country, matched up against Devo Davis, a great defender. That was pretty well defended. Davis got the contest, but Mark Sears able to get it up over him and knock down a big 3.
Bama 2 of 7 from bank first 3-point range. Here's Davenport, near wing, deep 3, knocked it down. Nelson was out there, but not a hand in his face, and he buried it to make it a 10-point game once again, quieting the crowd once more. Sears trying to shake free, and that'll be a foul on Devontae Davis, the Jacksonville, Arkansas native, 6'4", 185, and a senior, whistled for his first personal and the 4th team foul on the Hogs.
Hopefully that 3 will get Mark Sears going. Leading scorer in the SEC. He and Dalton Knecht kind of battling for SEC Player of the Year.
Sears gets the inbounds, Pringle does, drives in, missed the dunk. Rebound claimed by Nelson. His layup wouldn't drop, but he's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
I think that's 3 layups or dunks that Alabama has missed here in the early going. This Arkansas team contests at the rim. One of the best shot blocking teams in the SEC, and they have blocked a couple, but Alabama's just missed some. That was a missed dunk that Pringle normally throws down. Alabama getting on the offensive glass. Great hustle by Grant Nelson, who gets to the line.
Unfortunately, misses the first free throw attempt. That is not a common occurrence for him or for Alabama in conference games. Grant has been very good, as have his teammates. 77% from the stripe. He makes 1 of 2, exits the game, and we will see Davin Cosby Jr. come in for the first time for Nate Oats in Alabama. Cosby, the freshman from Richmond, Virginia. Arkansas with the basketball in a 22-13 lead. Battle on the near wing, driving, a runner from the baseline, rolls around and got the friendly roll to drop. 24-13 Hogs. Here's Bama the other way with Sears. Goes underneath the basket, flips it out onto the near wing, and they're going to say Cosby caught it and was standing on the sideline as he did so. So a turnover by Bama. That is Alabama's 6th already. The Hogs have turned it over 4 times.
Alabama can't get stops. A hot shooting Arkansas team. They made 7 out of their last 8.
3 straight for Arkansas as now Ellis works his way to the elbow. Looks back right, now backs it out beyond the arc. Shot clock under 15 as he comes to battle on the near side. Skip pass and an offensive foul is going to be called on the Hogs. That'll be whistled on Mekhi Mitchell, the senior from Washington, D.C. Delivered an elbow to Mark Sears, trying to create some space, and Alabama will take it back over. 16 fouls on Arkansas. Alabama has been whistled for 4.
The 5th turnover for Arkansas. Alabama hasn't been able to convert off of those Razorback miscues. Hopefully they can on this possession.
Crimson Tide with the basketball. It's Sears working down the right side of the lane. Contact, lost the handle. Bama wanted a foul, especially Nate Oats. No whistle. Hogs run to the other end, lay it up, miss it, and a late whistle there, and a foul on Aaron Estrada. And Nate really is going to lose his mind here, and I don't blame him. Chuck Jones trying to settle him down. Nate says, what's the difference in that, pointing to one end of the floor, in that, the other end where the foul was called? And I think he's got a legitimate beef right there. One official called lesser contact on one end, seconds after another official let a lot more contact go. Mitchell misses the first.
Alabama struggling on both ends, just 4 for 15 from the field. 27%. The Razorbacks 9 for 14, 64%. They're also getting to the free throw line.
Missed them both, and now a foul's going to be whistled on the Hogs. They call that one on Arkansas. That's going to be on Davenport. His first personal.
I thought it was on Devo Davis. May have been on a couple. And that'll be the 7th team foul. And it'll be Nick Pringle or Davin Cosby fighting.
Nick move.
Nick move. Hey, listen, he shot it better. Going to one-hand free throw.
Dadgummit, Nick. Davin Cosby had slipped to the free throw line, and Nick Pringle, doggone it, Nick. We knew exactly what we were doing. We wanted him shooting instead of you. And we love you, but we want him shooting free throws.
Here's the question. Who did they call the foul on?
Yeah.
Because it looked like a couple of guys got fouled. Devo Davis went over the back of Nick Pringle, but I'm not sure that that's the foul they called. And
I thought it was on Davenport.
Well, if it's Davenport, he wasn't near Nick Pringle.
Okay.
So I guess, but I was watching the ball, and Nick Pringle got undercut. So we'll see where they actually called the foul. We would obviously rather have Davin Cosby at the line than Nick Pringle, but
Davin's only had one free throw in conference play, and he missed it. That being said,
I'll take.
Nick's had 39, and he's only made 24.
Which is a lot better than he was shooting it in the non-conference.
That is exactly right.
And it will be Nick Pringle.
To be clear, we love you, Nick. We just didn't want you to be quite so honest, as Tom Stein pointed out just a second ago. We admire your honesty. We just wish you hadn't exerted it right there. Front end of a 1-and-1 for Pringle. Like I said, I want Nick Pringle shooting my free throws. So even with somebody acting goofy behind him, like it's rec league.
Listen, Nick Pringle has been playing really well the last several weeks of the season, doing the job defensively. He's scoring at a higher rate.
1 of 2, but the ball's batted around, fought for, and the Hogs will indeed control it. Bama had hands on it twice, but couldn't control it. It's a 10-point game, 24-14. Arkansas, the ball in the lead. Trevon Mark on the drive of the baseline gets a beautiful floater to go with the left hand to push the lead back to 12. Bama runs the other way with Nelson, getting to the rim, lays it up and in for 2. Grant attacking from the left side, able to get the bucket to go.
And that's where Grant Nelson's at his best. Alabama able to get it out of the net and run. Grant saw that he had numbers and able to finish at the rim.
Trevon Mark misses the 3. Bama gets it out of the off the rim with Nelson. Estrada going over to Reitzel. All alone. Right side 3. Too strong, and the rebound is controlled by Arkansas. Nearly poked away by Luttrell, but the Hogs run the other way with Ellis. He'll set things up in the half court. Ellis playing off of a screen. Driving inside the arc, spinning down the lane. Tough shot, got it to go. Beautiful move by Ellis. Pushed the Arkansas lead back to a dozen, 28-16. 8:52 left to play in the half. Estrada trying to drive down the lane. Stops, flips it to Pringle. Nick, tough shot. Wouldn't go, but he got fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Alabama's got to get back and stop the ball. Arkansas having so much success with a dribble drive to the rim. And this Alabama team early in the year struggled with rim protection, and they've been better in that regard. Grant Nelson, one of the top 10 shot blockers in the SEC, but where Alabama struggled is their guards have not been able to contain the dribbler. Arkansas, so athletic on the perimeter, able to get to the basket and convert.
Pringle's first of 2, up, and a little short. It pops out. We'll see Diabate come in and replace Nelson.
Out of Arkansas's 28 points in this game, 16 have come in the paint. Most of those off the dribble drive.
Sears sitting down, and Davin Cosby comes in to replace him. Second free throw due from Pringle, and that one is perfect, and he will exit as we see Jaron Stevenson check in to replace him. So 1 of 2 for Nick, and Alabama is back to within 11 again with 8:46 to go in the opening half.
Yeah, we've said this all year long. 11-point lead or deficit, nothing for this Alabama team, but right now down 11. This Bama team needs to get it done on the defensive end, put some stops together they haven't been able to here in the first half.
Baseline jumper good, and the Hogs have made 6 of their last 7 from the field. Here's Cosby the other way, kicks it to Steve. Drive to the rim, baseline shot wouldn't go, ball tipped around, controlled by the Hogs. They've got a 4-on-2. They flip it to the trailer, who gets it to the second. Traylor Lawson, shot blocked from behind by Diabate. Bama the other way with numbers. Reitzel on the drive, flips it. Cosby, 3, too strong. Rebound tipped high into the air, fought for, scramble. Bama's got it. Estrada the lob, Diabate throws it down.
Alabama gets the stop they need out in transition. Beautiful pass inside from Estrada to Diabate for the finish.
A little life in the crowd here at Coleman. Lawson working to the left wing. Gives it up to Davis, top of the arc. Right side, they will feed it off to Brazil. Fall away from 17 is good. Tough shot, falling laterally, or sideways, I should say, and the Hogs make it 32-19. Now it's Stevenson left alone for 3. Bottom, Alabama answering back, a bank first 3-pointer. That's the Tide's 3rd on 10 attempts.
Wide open shot for a really good shooter. Hopefully we see more of those throughout the game, but Alabama not able to slow down the Hogs. Razorback shooting 65% here in the first half.
Top of the arc, Ellis driving down the lane, puts it up and got it to go somehow through a sea of hands right at the glass.
Because they're right at the glass, they're getting past the initial defender and finishing at the rim.
Estrada gets to the rim, couldn't get the shot to drop. Ball tipped into the air, ahead to Davis. Davis for Arkansas will leave it left side for Ellis. Ellis backing it out, and a reset for Arkansas as they lead 34-21 with 6:42 to go in the opening half.
Another missed layup for Alabama. Aaron Estrada at point-blank range, not able to convert.
Hogs will drive it down the lane. Tough shot blocked out of the air by Stevenson. Bama pushing it the other way. Davin Cosby swings it over. Bad pass stolen by Arkansas. Then poked from behind by Reitzel, but it goes right ahead into the hands of Ellis, and Nate Oats wants a timeout here. 6:23 remaining in the first half. Alabama on the wrong end of a 36-21 score. And very surprising here in these first 14 minutes of this one. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the break with them. Alabama trailing when we return on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, son. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Navigating without a compass, eyes waiting, started to wonder. Metamorphosis, the loss of who you thought you is.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Today's radio affiliate of the game is the Big 95 WHMA in Addison. Go to the Crimson Tide Sports Network's Facebook page. Follow us and tell us where you're listening for a chance to win 2 free combo meals from Jack's. Thank you for tuning in to the Crimson Tide Sports Network for Alabama basketball. Bama's down 15, 36-21 to Arkansas, 6:23 to go in the first half. Jim Dunaway across the way. Bama's digging a little hole.
They have. I will tell you this. It was going to be just a quick gas and go for Sears and Pringle and Nelson, but that turned into 2 minutes and change of game time as we went to 6:23. They went out of the game at 8:46 right before that under 8 timeout. But those guys that were in there, including Stevenson and Diabate, had a big run and brought some excitement into this place. But Brian Patrick, you've done this a long time, man. Theory of large numbers. Some of these at the rim dunks and layups that are rolling around and not going in, eventually they'll start to fall, right?
They will eventually fall. You keep getting good looks. Hopefully they will go down. That's been the case all year long for this Alabama team, which is the nation's #1 offensive team. But where this team has struggled is where they're struggling here today, and that's getting stops. Arkansas, 15 for 23, 65%. Everything coming at the rim. Alabama's guards not able to keep the athletic guards of Arkansas out of the paint. The points off turnovers also really hurting Alabama. 7 turnovers have led to 11 points off of those turnovers for Arkansas. The turnover numbers not too far apart. Alabama's turned it over 7 times, Arkansas 5, but 11-0 difference in those points off turnovers. When Alabama's got it, they haven't been able to convert. Missed layups, missed opportunities on the offensive end, and not able to get stops. A bad combination, and that's why Alabama's down big here in the first half.
Brian, it's very tough to fix things on the fly in a league like the Southeastern Conference. This has become a very, at times, bitter rivalry. The players are very new, and certainly from Alabama's side, but this game matters to both teams, and for Arkansas, they don't have many games left that really do matter. This one does, and they'll be playing to keep their season alive next week, but this one does mean a lot for them here in this building especially.
Yeah, and you make the argument it means more for Alabama trying to get a double bye and improve their NCAA tournament seeding. They've got to play better on both ends of the floor.
Reitzel working at the timeline right side, kicks it to Pringle, who flips it to Reitzel, back to Pringle, got fouled, and Nick will go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice give and go. Latrell Reitzel with a bounce pass inside to Nick Pringle. Arkansas smart to not give up the open layup and send Nick Pringle to the line where he struggled. But like that, Alabama's attacking the basket. They've not had much success finishing, but they have getting to the free throw line. This is the SEC's best free throw shooting team, but Nick Pringle, not one of its better shooters from the line.
First one hits the rim twice and falls off. He'll have another try upcoming. 36-21, Arkansas with a lead. And Arkansas and Alabama stepped into the lane there. Thankfully, since it was both, they let it go, and Alabama able to get the free throw to drop and make it a 14-point game. 36-22, 6 minutes remaining in the opening half. Bama trying to finish strong here. Ellis will feed it off to Battle. He'll drive into the lane, stripped, lost it out of bounds, and Bama will get it back as Battle lost it off his leg.
That is a tough assignment for Latrell Reitzel. Khalif Battle, the hottest player in college basketball over the last 4 games, averaging well over 30.
Reitzel playing off a screen, dribbles to the top of the arc, stops, looks, gives it off to Walters. Walters back to Sears. Sears to Pringle, back to Sears. Right wing, 3, bottom. Great work right there by the Tide, and Mark Sears hitting another bank first 3. He's got a couple of them, and the Tide is back to within 11.
Alabama is struggling on the offensive end, but that is one guy that can put his team on his back, but needs some help on this end of the floor. Alabama needs stops.
Razorbacks need a timeout as Ellis got tied up and almost lost the possession. Great defense, not only by the man on the ball, Nick Pringle, but everybody else as well.
Now, once Arkansas picked up their dribble, Bama went into deny mode, trying to force a turnover. They did force a timeout, and looks like after that made 3, Alabama defensively with a little more energy, and that's what it's going to take to win this game. You feel confident that the offense is eventually going to come for this Alabama team, especially if Mark Sears heats up. But this is a confident Arkansas team. That wasn't the case a month ago. They went to Rupp Arena last week. They were up 9 points late in the second half. Kentucky ultimately came back and won that game, but they come back home and beat a surging LSU team pretty handily. So Eric Musselman has struggled this year, but he's known for getting his teams to play their best late in the season, and that's been the case for the Razorbacks.
Arkansas with the basketball, inbounding it near the Bama bench. They get it into Ellis with a shot clock at 12 seconds. Ellis picks up the dribble, feeds it off. A deep 3 from Davis is short. Rebound tipped up and in. Timing it perfectly was Brazil to give the Hogs a 38-25 lead. Sears the other way for Alabama. Getting it front court. Sears will give it off to Pringle, top of the arc. Pringle will drive, puts it up with a left hand. No, tipped out by Brazil, and the Hogs run the other way. It'll be Battle going down the lane. Shot blocked by Nelson, and then goes out of bounds as Bama could not run it down. Battle did a good job of screening off Bama players from getting to the loose ball.
Another missed shot at point-blank range. Now, it was a difficult shot from Nick Pringle, but when you look at the shot chart, Alabama's had some opportunities from a foot or 2 away, and the percentages have not been what they normally are.
Ellis with the basketball near side, guarded by Nelson. Drives to his left, gets into the paint, ball batted around. Pringle with a deflection and picked up by Nelson. Grant then had it poked away from behind, out of bounds, and possession will go back to the Crimson Tide of Alabama.
Nice job defensively by Grant Nelson and Nick Pringle. The deflection and the steal, not able to convert. Nice job in transition by Debo Davis to knock it away.
Estrada to inbound it, looking, gets it into Pringle. Nick will pivot, takes a dribble, a second, picks it up, throws a bounce pass to Reitzel. Latrell trying to shake free, gets into the paint, gets to the rim, lays it up and in for 2. Turn the corner nicely there.
Yeah, high pick and roll. Latrell, not known as a guy who's finished at the rim this season, but took it all the way. The defense never came, and Alabama finally gets a layup to go down.
Hogs work it near side Davis. Back up top, they'll go to Ellis. Ellis flips it far wing to Battle. Battle working against Reitzel, nearly traveled. They say a push from Latrell Reitzel was the cause of him falling over, and on Latrell, that'll be his second. So Reitzel with 2 fouls.
Latrell, a little overly aggressive right there. Fortunately, just the 4th team foul for Alabama.
Showed it on replay, and I don't think Bama fans agreed with the assessment of the officials. Hogs with the basketball. Mark with it, near side, driving, firing a pass left side into the hands of Davis, who takes it top of the arc, steps back, shoots a three, rims out, rebounded Pringle, flips it ahead to Sears. Mark will get it front court with Bama down 11. Pringle stopping top of the arc, back to Sears, all alone, three, bomb. Take that chance all day long. Mark Sears, a third, make first three.
We haven't seen that enough. Defense leading to offense. Alabama gets the stop. It's not a fast break situation, but not going against a set defense. Mark Sears wide open, knocks it down.
Davis with the basketball out high. Davis handing it off to Battle. Battle trying to work off of a screen, drives in, draws contact, missed it, no good. Rebound Pringle. Outlet pass Reitzel. Bama hurrying the other way. Reitzel on the drive, flips it over to Estrada left wing. Over to Reitzel. He'll drive down the lane, puts it up, reverse, got it to go. What a move, Latrell Reitzel. And Alabama is back to within 6. Timeout, Arkansas. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the break as well. The watch says loud environment. I agree. And it's good news as Bama's back to within 6 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Jeff, I'm standing courtside where this team is about to celebrate a staggering win here in the fourth quarter. I just spoke with the team captain, who told me they owe it all to Kohl's, where fans found the license gear, game day hosting fines, and other essentials they needed to rally this team to victory. He said, quote, "Great brands, great prices. Discover it all at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Back to you."
Today's game between Alabama and Arkansas is presented by CB&S Bank, proud to sponsor the Crimson Tide and prouder to take the court with you. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Brian Pasick, Jim Dunaway across the way. 3:02 to go in the first half. Bama still trails Arkansas, but only 38-32. Stay with us at the half for the Toyota halftime report with first half stats, scores from around the SEC, and a quick chat with Coach Nate Oats. Presented by Cook's Pest Control. Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. Across the way, Jim Dunaway. Bama's got it to 6, and more importantly, got the momentum in the crowd going here at Coleman.
Oh, absolutely. It's the most juice the fans have been so far during that timeout. At one point, 15 down to 6, and Alabama now 4 of 11 from 3. A couple of those three-pointers coming in that last stretch there. About to get a little Cosby in the game again. Maybe the youngster can get hot one more time and see if we can continue to build on this comeback before we can get into the locker room. And Brian Pasick, I'll tell you, on that foul of Reitzel right in front of the bench here, a lot of the guys were surprised. They didn't think Reitzel touched him at all. The replay looked like it was an old Baptist dance when we used to go to the church dances. Reitzel left a little room for Jesus in there, but they still called him for the foul.
He still got called for the foul. Great stuff, Jim Dunaway. But the good news for Alabama is they're getting stops. The 7-0 run has been fueled by Alabama getting stops defensively. Arkansas 0 for 4 in that span. And as we've talked about, we know what we're going to get from Alabama offensively. Sometimes the shots fall, sometimes they don't. But when Alabama gets stops, forces turnovers, and gets out in transition, or when they're going against a defense that isn't quite set, typically good things happen, whether they get to the rim, which Latrell Reitzel has on a couple of occasions during this run. Mark Sears has gotten wide open from the three-point line. He's 3 for 3 from deep, and the last 2 have been wide open because they've been scramble situations after stops. Alabama so much better offensively when it's defense to offense, and we've seen that over the last couple of minutes.
Don't know how this one will turn out, but right now, Jim Dunaway, the clubhouse leader, that is for sure. 3:02 left to go here in the opening half. Alabama on the wrong end of a 38-32 score, but man, that's a whole lot better than 36-21, which is where we were just a few moments ago. 15 down to 6, and Alabama started to get some stops. 7-0 run in 90 seconds, and finally held Arkansas without points for a couple of minutes for a change. Here's Trevon Mark with it, bringing it to the near side. Muhammad Wagi checking in for the first time for Alabama. Driving his battle, puts up a runner and got it to go. Tough shot. Nelson contested slightly, but not wanting to pick up another foul here, as Estrada has it down the lane for Alabama. Had it poked away, kicked out of bounds by the Hogs.
Boy, that was very close to a turnover. Well defended by Arkansas. And see why Brazil was preseason first team All-SEC. The athletic ability to go up over the outstretched arms of 6'11" Grant Nelson. Brazil's been really good in this game on both ends.
Bama inbounds it to Nelson in the lane. Tough shot left hand, no. Rebound Wagi. Pump fake layup, no. Rebound tip to control by Arkansas. Bama misses 2 right at the rack, and Arkansas's got the ball up 8. Battle here in the first half. 2:22 remaining before intermission. Drives in. Wagi swats it off the glass. Ahead now Nelson. Nelson down the lane. Had it stripped into the hands of Estrada. Lays it up, no. Wagi out to Sears, who got hacked, no whistle. And now here comes Arkansas the other way. Mark throws the lob ball, batted around. The ping pong match continues. Bama's turn. Reitzel, Estrada, the drive, the dish. Sears takes it. Left corner, Estrada. Let's fly. Short in the rebound control by Arkansas. A lot of action, no productivity from either side.
Yeah, great hustle on both ends of the floor, especially Grant Nelson getting back, blocking the shot. It looked like it was going to be an easy 2 for the Razorbacks.
Ellis with it, top of the arc, driving left side of the lane, puts it up, no, kicks it out into the far corner to Trevon Mark. 10 on the shot clock as he's defended tightly by Latrell Reitzel. Around to Brazil, who steps into a 3. That's a brick, rebounded by Estrada. Bama wants to push it, trying to cut into an 8-point Arkansas lead. Estrada, top of the arc, off of a screen from Wagi. Goes left, goes under the basket, circles, looks, needs help, flips it out to Sears. Mark with the drive, into the lane, right hand, no, and a late whistle is blown there by the officials, and Alabama will get to the free throw line.
That's a great job by Mark Sears. The whistle came late. It was the right call as he got hit by a couple of Razorbacks on the back as he went into a shooting motion at the rim. Alabama doing a much better job defensively against the Razorbacks. The Hogs just 1 for their last 7. Unfortunately, Bama's gone a little bit cold. 0 for their last 5, but love the effort and energy by Alabama on the defensive end.
First free throw good by Sears. Good minutes from Muhammad Wagi. Couldn't get the ball in the bucket, but at least challenged, had a blocked shot. Some energy. Again, he's just limited with the leg injury that he's been battling all season long, but giving Bama a couple of minutes anyway as Sears hits them both. And Bama's to within 6 again with 1:07 remaining in the first half. Boy, if you could keep it here or less before halftime, that'd be a big win for Alabama based on being down 15 just a few minutes ago. Ellis with the basketball, flips it to Battle out high. Far side, they'll go to Brazil. Brazil to Battle. Battle spinning down the lane. Double team, triple team, wild shot. No, and they call a foul. Good grief. That's a tough whistle right there on the Crimson Tide, as that was just forced by Battle, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, that is a tough assignment on the switch from Nick Pringle.
That was a turnover waiting to happen.
That's a tough call against Alabama and Battle. One of the reasons he's been so good the last 4 games is his ability to get to the free throw line. He's been there 16 times a game over the last 4. Alabama's done a pretty good job of defending him without fouling until that possession. Bama in great defensive position, but Battle able to get the call and get to the line.
Caleb Battle, Temple transfer, hits them both. And with 45 seconds to go in the half, the Hogs have got it back up to 8. Estrada will run it front court for Alabama. Gets it to the top of the arc. Estrada surveying the floor, gives it off to Pringle. He'll pivot and pass to Sears. Mark going to his left, works inside the lane, gets all the way there and lays it up uncontested.
I high pick and roll situation, and Mark Sears just kind of followed the blocker a little bit as Nick Pringle was rolling to the basket. Nobody comes over, and Sears gets the lay-in.
Works well on this campus. Ellis with the basketball out high. Shot clock dart, game clock at 10. 9, 8 seconds to go in the half. 7, top of the arc, Ellis working to his right. Driving down the lane, switches hands, missed. 2 seconds, 1. Nelson lets fly from beyond midcourt. It's wide right, but we go to the locker room with Alabama trailing 42-36. Jim Dunaway with Coach.
All the way uphill from a 15-point deficit to cut it down to 6. What happened, and why is that surge so important?
We quit turning the ball over. Our turnovers were disastrous. Some of our guys are a little out of sorts still. We got to take care of the ball. We're giving them so many layups off our turnovers, and then thought we finally started to sit down and guard. We gave ourselves a chance to guard without turning the ball over.
Nate Oats on the way to the locker room, guys.
Thank you so much, Jim. That is Jim Dunaway. We appreciate him, along with Coach Nate Oats. And we mostly appreciate Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. They bring us Coach Nate Oats at the half. 42-36, Arkansas leading at the break here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Region celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
We've all been caught up in the little chores that pile up every day. The dishes in the sink, the trash that needs taking out, the pesky check engine light. What I want. Isn't it time to make a change and escape to a whole new world of possibilities? Where there's dinner without dishes, nights filled with adventure, and every day you feel like a winner. A little change can go a long way when you escape every day at Wing Creek Casino and on the Casinoverse app.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big tried and true advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators, to large agricultural equipment, they've got serious game. Plus, the tried and true Tri-Green team is always there when you need an assist. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Take a taste. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. And by Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and now a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Now, on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Arkansas with a 42-36 lead at intermission, but they led by 15 at 36-21, so the Tide closed strong, keeping the Hogs without a field goal in the last basically 3 minutes and only one of their last 8 in the first half. Our Toyota halftime report where we remind you to visit your local Toyota dealer or explore Toyota.com today. Take advantage of the amazing deals on a full line of vehicles, and no matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Mark Sears with 13 led all scores, 5 from Grant Nelson, 7 from Latrell Reitzel, 5 also from Nick Pringle. Mo Diabate had 2, 4 from Jaron Stevenson. Sam Walters, Muhammad Wagi, Davin Cosby, Aaron Estrada all played, did not score. For Arkansas, 9 from Battle, 10 from Brazil. Ellis had 8, 2 from Lawson. Mark had 6, Mitchell with 4, Davenport with 3. Davis played, did not score in his 10 minutes of action for the Hogs. We're coming back. Tom Stipe with our Alabama Power Scoreboard and a lot more coming up at intermission. Again, Arkansas 42, Bama 46 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
This is Tom Stipe with your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update. Alabama Power for a better Alabama. Halftime at Coleman. Bama trails Arkansas 42-36. Full Saturday of SEC action upcoming after this one. Game concludes as teams fight for seeding in this week's SEC basketball tournament in Nashville. 1 p.m. Ole Miss will host Texas A&M. Mississippi State will get South Carolina in the hump. Later, Tennessee will welcome Kentucky. Vandy has Florida. Georgia will host Auburn. And LSU will welcome Mizzou. Remember, Tide fans, it's a great new season at Kohl's with everyday styles and great prices. You get more of what you want for less. Find go-tos for going everywhere and perfect picks for your home. Shop Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. We'll take a look at team stats next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Nick Pringle.
And I'm Loyal McQueen.
Winter is a time for excitement of Crimson Tide basketball, but it is also when viruses that cause respiratory diseases are more rapid into our community.
Vaccination is important for everyone, and especially for those who are at higher risk of developing complications, including older Americans and those with medical conditions.
Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19, flu, and RSV. So don't wait, vaccinate.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/immunization today. Stay safe and roll Tide.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Do you say roll tide instead of hello? See elephants in the clouds? Never wear blue and orange together? If so, there's no better way to show your Crimson Tide pride than with the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. As passionate as you are about Bama, Regions is even more passionate about celebrating your every financial win and helping you plan for the next one. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Rebound, Pringle. Now the pass, Reitzel. Bama hurrying the other way. Reitzel on the drive. Flips it over to Estrada, left wing. Over to Reitzel. He'll drive down the lane. Puts it up. Reverse. Got it to go. What a move. Latrell Reitzel. And Alabama is back to it at 6. Timeout, Arkansas.
Bama still trails Arkansas by 6 at the half, 42-36. And the sounds of the game are presented by Beatbox, the original party punch with 9 delicious flavors, non-carbonated and resealable. Be the MVP of your next tailgate with Beatbox. Halftime stats delivered by Assurance Financial. In less time than halftime, you can apply for a mortgage at AssuranceMortgage.com. Shooting percentage, Bama 36% overall, 33 from Bank First Three-Land, 8 of 12 from the foul line for Arkansas, 52% overall, 25% outside the arc, 6 of 8 from the stripe. Team rebounding, Arkansas leads at 21-18. Turnovers, Bama 7, Hogs with 8. Again at the half, Bama trails Arkansas 42-36. And that does it for the Toyota Halftime Report. Second half's coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer last year and had chemo and radiation at DCH's Lewis and Fay Madison Cancer Center. I'm thankful for the support of my nurse Kate, my breast navigator Katrina, my doctors, and the whole staff. I have felt confident like I was the most important person there, before, during, and after. Tuscaloosa is blessed to have such an excellent team at the Madison Cancer Center.
Great things are happening at DCH.
Barkley makes it easy.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can't run, or you can't drive high. You can't run, or you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back?
Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. The second half is just moments away. Roll Tide.
What to look for in the second half is presented by Marathon. Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled on and off the court because we're driven together. Arkansas 42, Bama 36 at the half. BP 6 feels a whole lot better than 15.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked 6, but when we were down 15, you'll take it. Alabama was able to finish strong, and they did it by getting stops, which was not something this Alabama team has done with enough consistency this year or in the first half, but fortunately finished strong on the defensive end, and Mark Sears leading the way, and that's something we're used to seeing. Hopefully we'll see more of that in the second half. Mark, an efficient 4 for 6 from the field, a perfect 3 for 3 from the three-point line. He's made both of the free throws he's attempted. He's got 13 points. Latrell Wrightsell with a nice first half, playing 18 minutes. Did pick up a couple of fouls, but has 7 points. Need to get Aaron Estrada and Grant Nelson going. Grant did a good job defending and rebounding. Only 5 points, but leading the way on the backboard with 8. Aaron Estrada 0 for 4, hasn't scored in this game. Does have a couple of assists and a couple of rebounds, but need to get those guys going. But for Alabama, they got back in this game with defense, went through a stretch where Arkansas didn't score for a couple of minutes, and that's all it took for Alabama to get back in this game. It starts on the defensive end. Important for Alabama to hold this Arkansas team to a lower field goal percentage here in the second half. They were well over 50% throughout most of the first half and still just above it, but it comes down to getting stops for Alabama.
Arkansas gets the ball first to begin half number 2. Ellis will bring it into the front court. 2 hour left. Again, Arkansas up 6. Bama's been down as many as 15 late in the first half. Ellis kicks it onto the right side to Battle. Battle drives, stops, shoots a 3. That's no good. They're going to call a foul on Grant Nelson. Jim Dunaway, you saw something with Mark Sears at halftime. Update us.
Hobbled a little bit on the way in. He came out of the locker room, went straight to the bike, spent a lot of the warm-up time on the bike over here, standing where I am, and I asked him, I said, Mark, you okay? Can you go? He says, I'm good. Trying to keep it loose. It's tight on him, he says, in the second half.
Brian, I would imagine lots of nicks, bruises, and then some for players, and staying loose is about the best you can do as Battle hits the first free throw.
Yeah, Grant Nelson gets called for the foul against the three-point shooter, and Khalif Battle has been as good as anybody in college basketball over the last couple of weeks. The worst game he's had in the last 4 was a 29-point performance in a win against LSU. He had 42 against Missouri, in the 30s in a couple of other games, but 9 points in the first half, and it looks like he'll get 3 to start the second after the foul. Not a lot of contact, but Nelson gets called on the foul against the three-point shooter.
He hit all 3, and the lead goes to 9. So it's 45-36 with 19:37 and ticking. Time left here in the second half. Estrada with the basketball front court. Has it on the far wing. Gets it into the paint. Stops, looks, a bounce pass out to Wrightsell. Latrell takes it top of the arc. Gives it off to Pringle. Nick will drive to his right. He'll go down the lane. Tough runner, partially blocked by Lawson, and here come the Hogs the other way. Bama with an empty possession, and now Battle the other direction for the Hogs. Takes it top of the arc. Has the ball knocked out of his hands. Taken away by Estrada. Flips it over to Wrightsell. Steps into a 3. No. Rebound weak side claimed by the Hogs. Bama misses an opportunity. Arkansas pushes it ahead with Ellis. Drives across the lane. Backs it out to the left wing. Ellis now moves to the center of the floor. Working against Estrada. Goes left. Goes right. Floater in the paint. No. Rebounded by Pringle. Flips it ahead to Wrightsell. Flips it ahead to Estrada. Estrada driving downhill, getting into the paint. Has to pass it off to Pringle. Couldn't handle the pass. Ball taken away by the Hogs, and they've got numbers. They'll push it ahead now to Battle. Working in at left corner to Ellis. Now Arkansas will set it up in the half court. Battle Battle, a drive to his right. A bounce pass goes off the leg of Pringle and picked up by Estrada. Sloppy start both ends. Estrada giving it back to Sears. Mark trying to shake free. Gets into the paint. Stops, and they're going to call a foul on the Hogs.
Well, Alabama with some missed opportunities at the rim. It was a hard pass to handle on the previous possession, but Nick Pringle was all by himself, couldn't hold on to the ball. Another turnover for Alabama. Fortunately, Alabama getting stops, doing a good job defensively. Other than the foul in the first possession of the second half, Alabama's come out with some defensive energy.
Foul on the Hogs, as that'll be the third, I believe, on Trevon Mark. It is. So Mark will check out. And Brazil will come in for him. Bama gets it into Sears in the corner to Pringle. Back to Mark. Trying to shake free. Gets down the lane. Stops. Changes direction. Couldn't get the layup to go. Pringle rebounds it. Lays it up. No, but he gets fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Good hustle by Nick Pringle. Tough shot by Mark Sears, but again, at point-blank range, we talked about the missed layups for Alabama. Now, those are difficult layups. This is a really good shot-blocking team. It's the one thing that Arkansas has done with consistency all year is block shots. They've got length and athleticism on the inside, so nothing's been easy, but still some opportunities that Alabama's had here in this game. Not able to convert, but the hustle play by Nick Pringle to get the offensive rebound and get to the line.
It's the first free throw, makes it an 8-point game. 45-37. 18-14 left to go. Second free throw up. Second free throw is good. Hit front iron, glass, and then settle back through the net. And Alabama is pulled to within 7. 45-38. 18:06 and ticking time left at Coleman in the second half. Regular season finale for the Crimson Tide. Ellis on the drive. Had it stripped, got it back. Ellis stops, looks, fires it out to Davis. Davis around the horn, giving it off to Battle. Battle with 8 on the shot clock. Got away with a push-off. Steps through, missed the leaner, and the rebound's claimed by Pringle. He's throwing his hands up on the whistle that was rightfully never blown. Here's Estrada the other way. Estrada finds the back with a dribble, going down the lane. Stops, looks, fires, near side Nelson. Grant getting to the rim. Reverse layup is good. That was beautiful with the right hand. Flipped it up. Reverse English off the glass, and Bama's to within 5.
If he would have shot it with his left hand, it probably would have been blocked. Great offensive move by Grant Nelson.
Hogs with the basketball. They fire it into the corner to Brazil. Brazil will drive. Pulls up right side. 17-footer, no good. Bama owning it on the glass. Pringle took it away from Estrada. Cost him a board, and now Estrada will come front court. Estrada, top of the arc. 3. No. Rebound tipped to control by Lawson in Arkansas. Hogs will push it the other direction. 17 minutes left to play. Far corner Brazil looks down low. Poked away by Pringle. Good defense. Catching up late to Lawson, but it will be Arkansas basketball on the baseline.
Love the hustle by Nick Pringle. That looked like it was going to be a layup from Lawson, but the extra gear of Nick Pringle to get in the passing lane, knock it away. It'll be Arkansas's ball, but otherwise it would have been a layup or dunk for the Razorbacks.
Hogs will inbound it for the baseline. They get it back to the trigger man Battle. Battle takes it beyond the arc, defended by Nelson. To Mitchell now at the elbow, who checked in a moment ago. Mitchell picks it up, pivots, gives it outside Ellis. Ellis working left side. His 3 is way short. Air ball, batted around, picked up by Nelson. Now Bama wants to run. We got numbers, let's go. Down the lane, Sears gives it off to Nelson. Hands it off to Estrada, and a foul's going to be called on Grant Nelson. They just whistled him for an offensive foul. Oh, he tried to slam on the brakes, but he just picked up his 3rd. Not only is that foul trouble now for Grant, but it's a missed opportunity to make this a 1-possession game.
Boy, so many missed opportunities in this game. That was a great defensive play by Arkansas to stop the ball, take the charge, but Alabama has missed a bunch of layups. This time a 3-on-2, nothing to show for it.
Ellis working his way into the paint. Floater is up and good. They made a ton of tough contested short ones as well, have the Hogs. Bama has not done so, and that's why it's Arkansas by 7. 16-10 and ticking. Time left, second half here in Tuscaloosa. Sears playing off the screen, driving down the lane. Gets underneath, fires into the corner to Nelson. Grant into the paint, hands it off, tried to Pringle, and miscommunication there.
That was a great pass. Nick wasn't ready for it.
turn over Alabama. Arkansas will have it when we get back. 15:59 to go. Arkansas 47, Bama 40 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 66 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Today's game between Alabama and Arkansas is presented by CB&S Bank. Proud to sponsor the Crimson Tide and prouder to take the court with you. Bama's down 7 at the 15:59 mark in the second half to Arkansas 47-40. And we think Coke Zero Sugar is the best Coke ever because it's got the irresistible taste to back it up. Coke Zero Sugar truly is amazing. Taste it for yourself across the way we go to Jim Dunaway.
That's the first time out today, and it's been an uphill battle since the start for this Tide team. That's the first time out today that head coach Nate Oats has had to manage some frustration with some of the players during that timeout to try to encourage them and lift them up. It becomes a big moment in the game because Grant Nelson is going to stay in with his 3 fouls, and with a lot of time left, we know how it's gone the last 3 games when Grant has gotten in foul trouble. It's a big stretch of the game right now for the Tide, Brian Passing.
Yeah, so far, Alabama, at least here in the second half, has gotten stops. Arkansas just 1 for 5, but Alabama sloppy on the offensive end, turning it over way too much. Throughout most of the game, Arkansas has been able to convert off of Alabama turnovers, but missed opportunities throughout the game. Alabama missed a bunch of good looks at the rim. Arkansas, really good shot blocking teams. They block shots, they change shots. They are difficult around the rim, but Alabama making a much lower percentage than they normally do when they get it at point-blank range. Got to stay the course, continue to defend. And one thing that Nate Oats talked about after the Florida game was when the offensive struggles started to affect the defense, that's when that game took a turn for the worst. And Alabama hanging in there against a talented, dangerous Arkansas team. This is a team that was picked to compete for an SEC regular season title, and a lot of people had them in the top 10 in the preseason. They have not had the year that was expected in Fayetteville, but you could see the talent level is as good as anybody in the SEC, and they put it together a little bit here late. They're playing well in this game, obviously. The Razorbacks not going away. Alabama's going to have to play better on both ends.
Alabama breaks the huddle with Jaron Stevenson, Aaron Estrada, Mark Sears, Latrell Reitzel, and Grant Nelson. Brian, I think a really pivotal part of this ball game with Bama only down 7, but you don't need to let this thing go the other direction, Eddie. You don't have to maybe get it all back now, but you can't let it slide to a 15-point lead again.
Well, it starts on this end of the floor. Alabama's done a good job in the second half defensively, but they are a little bit frustrated with the offensive woes.
Hogs pull up from the right baseline. Jumper no good, and a rebounding foul is going to be whistled on the Tide. Please tell me that ain't the 4th on Nelson. Boy, it is. Grant just got called for his 4th. Muhammad Wagee is going to have to come in and replace him. 15:45 to go, and Grant Nelson, who's got 9 rebounds, 7 points, 3 block shots, and a steal, also has 4 fouls and goes to the bench. Hogs get it into the corner. They'll pivot and get it to Mitchell now on the left wing. He will back his way down and then kick it back out to Battle. Battle cross it over, going down the lane, reverse layup, no. Ball tipped into the hands of Sears. We got numbers if we hurry. Mark pushes it front court. Sears will stop on the wing, gives it off to Stevenson. Left alone, three, that's no good. Rebound is tipped and then saved by Arkansas. Batted into the hands of Wagee, but a foul's going to be called on the Crimson Tide. You had two players going for the loose ball, and they called Jaron Stevenson for the foul. First foul on Jaron. Team foul number 4 on the Tide. Arkansas has been called for 2. Tips and loose balls winding up going Arkansas's way.
Well, they have. That was great effort by Jaron Stevenson, and typically that is not a foul, but it was right there.
Battle, floater, no good. Ball tipped into the hands, or actually Ellis tips it. Bama will pick it up, give it off to Estrada. Kicks it in the corner. Reitzel lets a defender fly by. Steps to his right, shoots a 3 and buries it.
Alabama got the stop. Mohamed Wagee almost turned it over, but that started the Alabama fast break. Latrell Reitzel in rhythm, under control, knocks down a big one, and this crowd finally getting into it.
Ellis with the ball front court for the Razorbacks, directing traffic. Trying to get them on their heels for the first time today. Mitchell with it, facing the basket, dribbling to his left, hands it off to Davis. Now he'll fire it right side to Battle. Battle giving it up to Brazil. Left alone, shoots a 3. That's a brick. Rebound is fought for. Claimed by the Tide, and now a foul's going to be whistled on Mohamed Wagee against Mitchell. Wagee pleading his case that really was not a foul on him.
But it wasn't anywhere near the play, and that was a missed bad shot. Alabama had 2 guys around the ball, and on the opposite side of the basket, they get Mohamed Wagee for a blockout foul, and it'll give it back to the Razorbacks.
14:22 to go. Hogs by 4. Ball batted around, and they're going to call a foul on Wagee again. He and Mitchell collided.
And that's now 5 team fouls on Alabama with 14:20 to go. Just 2 against Arkansas. And important because this Arkansas team has been better offensively because their ability to get to the free throw line now just 1 away. Is actually a 16 foul, so 1 away from the bonus with 14:20 to play.
And not on Wagee, it was actually on Sears. Foul on Sears was his first. 14:15 to go. Arkansas with the ball, up by 4. Around they work it to Ellis. He'll drive and dish to Brazil in the corner. He'll let fly from 3 and miss it. Rebound claimed on the weak side by Reitzel. Here comes Bama the other way, trying to cut it to a single possession. Estrada to Reitzel. Steps into a 3. Bottom. Latrell Reitzel Jr. A 1-point game. Arkansas 47, Bama 46 with 13:48 to play.
We have missed you, Latrell Reitzel. So big on both ends of the floor. A huge 3 right there.
Arkansas with the basketball. Gets away with a push-off. It's Ellis playing off the screen. Gives it up right side to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to back his way down on Wagee. Spins. Blocked by Wagee, but they call him for a foul. Woo! That was close. Well, they just showed the replay again, and you could tell 13,000 disagreed with the call.
Really good defense initially, and a lot of times the officials will call it when you come down with your hand as opposed to staying vertical. It didn't look like there was a ton of contact right there, as the whistle has not gone the way of the home team here the last several minutes. Already 17 fouls. That's a 2-shot foul, but Arkansas will be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Mike Nance explaining to Nate Oats what he saw, and Nate explaining that he was wrong. Mitchell at the line hits the first free throw. Wagee will check out. Pringle comes in to replace him. Mitchell trying to make it a 3-point Arkansas advantage. 13:31 to go. He rattles it in. And it's 49-46. 13 and a half minutes remaining. here at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa. Final regular season game of the year. Mark Sears with the basketball. Mark Sears right of the circle. Mark Sears driving the lane. Stopping. Flipping it to Pringle. Back out to Estrada. Estrada on the drive. Getting into the paint. Getting to the rim. Off the glass and in. Never left his feet, but got it to go. A flat-footed flip. And Alabama's 2-1 again, and they call Reitzel for a holding foul right in front of the Bama bench. Woo! Mercy.
That's a third foul on Reitzel, but maybe more importantly, Alabama's energy on the defensive end has been so good. The Razorbacks haven't had a field goal in almost 3.5 minutes, but already in the bonus. That'll be a 1-1 coming up for Devo Davis.
Sam Walters is in. Reitzel will get a breather. It's taken your hottest guy offensively off the floor. Reitzel with 13, Sears with 13. You think that guy would have made a difference the last 4 games for Alabama? A bench warning just given to Alabama. Nate Oats having to go down the line and tell guys, be quiet, don't say a word to the officials. I'm saying plenty for everybody. Devo Davis, front end of a 1-1, good.
Alabama playing for the double bye in the SEC tournament. So important for this team for a lot of reasons, but maybe the 2 biggest. This team needs rest and to get healthy. Latrell Reitzel's back, but Rylan Griffin is not. He's on the Alabama bench in a boot. Hopefully he'll be back for the SEC tournament.
Devontae Davis hit them both for the Hogs. 51-48. Pringle to Walters. Needs Sam to play big in these final minutes. Now it's going to be Sears giving it to Stevenson. Drive to the rim, lay up a tip, blocked out of bounds, touch last by the Hogs. Nate wanting a foul call there, too.
The block was clean up high, but a lot of body from Mekhi Mitchell before the block shot. No call. Again, the team fouls. Alabama with 8 already in the second half. Just 2 for the Razorbacks.
Bama inbounds it. Sears in the corner. Got bumped there. And we're in the deep south, folks, but the Bronx cheer just came from all around Coleman Coliseum. They whistle that one on Ellis, his second, team third on the Hogs. Bama's been called for 8 this half. 12:45 to go. Inbounds, Sears, catch and shoot 3 in the corner, no good. Rebound tip, fought for, picked up by Davis of Arkansas. Hogs throwing it ahead to Mitchell, who lost it, got it back. Mitchell brings it out beyond the arc. Defended by Pringle, trying to back his way down, trying to drive, lost it, got it back. Mitchell gives it way outside to Davenport. Now to Trevon Mark. Mark working right of the circle. Mark working, walking, shooting a 3 anyway, missing it. Rebound claimed by Estrada. Great box out, and he'll bring it the other way. Estrada downhill. Walters for the tie. No good. Rebound tipped into the air and controlled by the Hogs. They come the other direction with Ellis. Ellis stopping top of the circle. Gives it off. Davenport 3 is good. Bama misses a 3 on one end. Hogs make a 3 on the other. Estrada, a 3, no good. Rebound tip to control by Arkansas. Poise, fellas, poise, with 11:45 to go. Ellis brings it ahead.
Alabama getting good looks from the 3-point line. Sam Walters, one of its best shooters, has struggled as of late.
Down low, they'll throw it. Ball batted right back into the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell with it, top of the arc. Mitchell driving down the lane, lost it off his leg, out of bounds, but they're going to say, whose ball? We'll tell you when we get back. 11:22 to play. Arkansas 54, Alabama 48 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Amethyst and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Bama's down 6 at the 11:22 mark in the second half to Arkansas, 54-48. Here's an important reminder to all Crimson Tide fans. Stay up to date with all recommended vaccinations. Flu season is here. COVID-19 continues, so don't wait. Vaccinate. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM to learn more. Across the way with his nose in the Bama huddle is Jim Dunaway.
First part of this timeout, Nate Oats and Mark Sears working together on the dry erase board, trying to free Sears up on a couple of things, and maybe including the out of timeout here. During that entire shift at that time, Wrightsdale was back in the hallway, back in a training room that's just off the bench here, getting some electronic treatment, and he continues to pump in fluids today. I don't know what the injury is, but he is dealing with something that is causing him to retreat to the training room at times. And Brian Passing, is there a chance that maybe somebody forgot to tell the referees that the home team's in crimson today? Maybe just a little confusion on this crimson out.
Yeah, some of the calls not going the way of the home team, like we see sometimes in college basketball, but there's still 11:22 to play. Hopefully things will even out, but Alabama continues to do a good job defensively. The Razorbacks just won for their last 7, but Alabama 0 for its last 4, and Latrell Wrightsell has really heated up here in the second half. Alabama hasn't shot it well from deep. Some missed opportunities at the rim in the first half, some missed opportunities from 3 here in the second, but Latrell Wrightsell is off to a great start here in the second half. He's knocked down a couple threes, went to the Alabama bench with his 3rd foul, but he and Mark Sears leading the way. Both of them have 13. Mark had all 13 in the first half. The majority of what Latrell has done has come here in the second, but need more of those guys. But as we talked about in the first half, Alabama, if they're getting stops, things typically go well on the offensive end. They're starting to get stops, but got to defend without fouling. Arkansas already in the bonus. Alabama with 18 fouls, just 3 for the Crimson, or for the Razorbacks. Got to defend at a high level aggressively and do it without fouling.
And Brian, in the case of Wrightsell, he hasn't played in 2.5 weeks. It could be, as I say, as simple, but it could be basically just trying to keep him hydrated, get the IVs in him, keep him hydrated, because, again, he hasn't gone at this pace, this energy in quite a while.
He hasn't. A good 2.5 weeks, so understandable. He's playing at a high level, and fortunately, he's back in the game.
He is indeed, with Bama down 54-47 and 11:15 to go. Stevenson gives it off to Pringle, who flips it to Sears. Mark, catch and shoot 3, short. Rebound claimed by Arkansas. May have rushed that one a bit. Here's Ellis throwing it way ahead. Nice catch in traffic. Martin gives it off to Mack. He misses, and a foul is going to be called on the Crimson Tide. Trevon Mark, the man that was fouled.
Well, Alabama 0 for their last 5, and that was well executed, but also well defended. You mentioned a quick shot. It was quick because the defense was in great defensive position. Not a good look for Mark Sears. Could have gotten the ball inside. Looked to be open initially, but that's one that Mark pump fake and go. Well defended by the Razorbacks, and once again, the Hogs back at the line.
Free throw up and good by Mark, who now has 7 points, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. They took a 3 away from Latrell Wrightsell and called it a 2, so he's officially only 2 of 5 from bank first 3-point range as Mark hits both for the Hogs, and it's 56-47. The lead back up to 9. Bama had it to 3 and a 3 to tie, but couldn't get it to go. Sears with the basketball, handing it off to Walters. Sam on the drive to the rim, off the glass, no good, but he's fouled, and Walters will go to the line to shoot a pair. And man, obvious reasons we want to see this go through, but most of all for Sam Walters, he just needs to see the ball go through the net where hopefully he can start making some threes as well.
Yeah, and they're going to fall for Sam. He's too good of a shooter, but when you're struggling from the three-point line, get to the rim, get to the free throw line. That's what Sam was able to do on that possession. You mentioned the Latrell Reitzel, what we thought was a 3, that they changed it to a 2. There's a similar play in the first half with Jaron Stevenson, who knocked down what we thought was a 3, ended up being a 2. So twice now, Alabama has had points taken off the board on long 2s, which Nate Oats does not like.
That one hung on the rim and fell off, so only 1 of 2 for Walters to keep it at an 8-point game, 56-48 with 10:42 to go. Alabama only 11 of 16 from the free throw line. Ellis with the basketball, giving it off left side, works it to the man deep in Davenport. He'll drive, he'll spin, he'll shoot with the left hand and score off the glass. Willed that one in to make it a 10-point Hog lead. Here's Sears going the other direction. Goes to the rack, off the glass and in. Counted, an and-one opportunity for Mark Sears.
Boy, needed that. Alabama was 0 for their last 5. Hadn't had a field goal in almost 3 minutes of action. And Mark Sears, his first bucket of the second half, and that was needed as Alabama cut the Arkansas lead, I think, 1 here in the second half, but it's been all Arkansas, mostly at the free throw line, extending the lead to 10, a chance to cut it to 7 at the line for Mark.
Sears shooting 1, trying to make it a 7-point game. And he does. Perfect on that attempt. Mark now with 16 points. 3 for 3 from the charity stripe, and Alabama has cut it to 58-51. 10 minutes, 15 seconds left to play. Ellis with the dribble, working against Pringle. Throws it low post. Mitchell working against Sears. Mitchell trying to back his way down. Spin, shoots, misses. Rebound fought for. Walters had it, but a tie-up's going to be called, and the arrow will favor Alabama.
Alabama not able to secure the defensive rebound because you had the 6'9" Mekhi Mitchell posted up on Alabama's point guard, Mark Sears, who did a good job of forcing a difficult shot. It was Sam Walters coming over, not able to get the block shot, but at least able to tie it up, and Bama gets it back.
Estrada to Pringle, takes the dribble, hands it off to Sears. Mark for 3. Bottom. They say it's another 2. Said he had a toe on the line.
He did. Alabama with its third long 2 of the game, but we'll take it as Alabama and Mark Sears starting to heat up.
Not upset with the call, just that, golly, that's 3 points we'd love to have right now total with the 3s that are called 2s. Davenport with it, working against Walters. Let's fly from deep. That's no good. Long rebound. Pringle hands it off to Sears. Bama down 5, pushing it ahead. Mark near side. Estrada. One more. Walters to the rack. Laid it up and in. Sam Walters' first field goal. And Bama's to within 3 with 9:15 to go. Crowd on its feet again.
Walters struggling from 3, but attacking the rim. Not able to throw it down, but finishes at the rim.
Ellis flips it left side to Davis. Davis back to Ellis in the corner. Ellis to Davis. Around he goes with it to Battle. Battle working against Walters. Battle nearly lost it, but it gets it shuffled over to Ellis. Ellis driving, spinning, shooting. Wild shot. No. Rebound Pringle. He got another one. Here's Estrada. Bama needs a 3 to tie. Estrada front court. Estrada the top of the arc. Got tripped by a teammate, I thought, but they're going to say it's on Ellis. Whoever it was on, he went down, and hallelujah, they called it on Arkansas and Ellis, and so Latrell Reitzel will be the man to go to the charity stripe and shoot 1 plus the bonus for Alabama here.
Is that 7? I think it's just 6.
They've got bonus up on the board, even though it's only 6 fouls, they say. And you're right, Brian. They've got conflicting things on our stat monitor. Well, they've got bonus, I'm sorry, because Alabama had 9 fouls. That's right. That is the 16th foul. Bama inbounds it. Sears to the rack. Up. No, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Too bad that one didn't go in, or his free throw would have given Bama a chance for a tie.
And if that call didn't come, and it came very late, we were about to see a Nate Oats technical as he was in the ear of the officials. Great take from Mark Sears. Has it. That explosiveness we've seen here in the second half, able to take the contact from Mitchell and get to the line, a chance to cut this Arkansas lead to 1.
I understand waiting on fouls that don't involve a shot as Sears misses the first. But I don't know why you hesitate to blow a whistle if it's a clear foul and it results in a missed shot or a turnover.
It is a change in officiating this year where they're waiting. They're telling the officials to wait. Make sure you get it right, but sometimes I agree there's not a need.
1 of 2 for Sears. Bama looking for a stop that would give them a chance to tie or take the lead, but Arkansas's got the ball up a bucket right now. Far side, they go to Davenport. Davenport feeds it back to Battle. Battle to Mitchell at the elbow. Hands it back to Battle. He throws up a wild shot and got it to go. He was just trying to draw a whistle, and he got the 2 to go from 18 feet. Bama the other way. Estrada stepping into a deep 3. It's no good, and the rebound controlled by the Hogs. Not the look we wanted there. Battle loses it, goes out of bounds, and Bama will get it back. I don't know who got the deflection that caused that 18-wheeler to jackknife going down an icy highway, but Bama fortunate that they'll get the ball back with good, quick hands.
It looked like it was just a little bit of Battle being out of control and Mark Sears being in really good defensive position. Not a great look on the offensive end by Aaron Estrada. He's not a great percentage three-point shooter. That one was deep, contested, and Alabama fortunate to get it back.
And even for Bama, it was early in the shot clock. Here's Pringle giving it off to Walters. Walters on the drive, stopping on the block, leaning in off the glass. No, rebound off the leg of a Razorback, but they say it's off Sam Walters. Chuck Jones is going to come in, I think, and correct it right here. Chuck came over, and he's going to have a word for the officials. We've got a media timeout anyway. We'll see who has the ball when we come back. 7:47 to go. Bama trailing Arkansas 60-56. They say it will be Bama ball when we return on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Power for a better Alabama.
Bama down 4, 7:47 in the ball game against Arkansas here at Coleman Coliseum, 60-56. T-Mobile brings 5G to hometowns across the SEC, and T-Mobile is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Proud to have Jim Dunaway across the way. Filling in for Roger Hoover. Jim Dunaway just can't get over the hump yet.
You cannot. That's the most spirited timeout yet. Everybody's taking on fluids, but they were really excited about how they've gotten back into this game. Every player on the bench encouraging the guys who are coming off the court. You talk about the uphill battle all day long. Brian, Tom, Chris, you know how it is. That last little bit of peanut butter that you got to get out of the bottom of the jar to make the sandwich. That's what this feels like. We're going to make a sandwich before the day's done. But we're getting that last little bit out. It's not easy. Uphill battle all day, but Bama keeps fighting.
They have, and they fought here in the second half, especially on the defensive end, holding Arkansas to just 24% field goal shooting, 4 for 17. The Razorbacks 1 for 6 from beyond the arc. But it's been the free throw line that has been good to the Razorbacks. They're 9 for 9 in the second half, 15 for 17 overall, 88%. Alabama's got to continue to be aggressive, but do so without fouling. That's how they've been able to keep Bama in arm's length, and hopefully the shots will start to fall for Alabama. Alabama just 1 for 9 from 3 here in the second half. We had a couple of long twos. One was taken off the board. We thought was 3 from Latrell Wrightsell, but Alabama battling here. And one of the reasons why this game is so important is if you win, you get the double bye, either a 2 or 3 seed in the SEC tournament next week. If you don't, you're probably not. A lot of things would have to happen to fall Bama's way to get the double bye. So pretty much if you win, you get the double bye, and if you don't, you have to play on Thursday. And important because Alabama needs two things, in my opinion, going into the postseason, and that's to get healthy and get rested. And having that extra day off will help both of those. But this Arkansas team, we knew they were playing their best basketball coming into this game, and they have played like it here in this one. They've shot the ball pretty well, especially in the first half. Bama's defense has been better in the second, but this Arkansas team has improved dramatically on the defensive end. They've always blocked shots, but they've really extended their defense. Their three-point percentage defense much better the last month of the season, and they've made things difficult on Alabama from deep.
Even though the record's nowhere near what was anticipated for them, they have been in some ball games. Now, make no mistake, they have been boat raced in several, but they have also battled many teams to the wire, as they are Alabama. In fact, they've got the lead right now by 4. Here's Sears with it, driving, stopping, backing it out beyond the arc. Sears circles away from trouble. Goes down the lane, gets hacked, knocked to the deck, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair, as I think they'll get Ellis for the foul, and they will.
Boy, Mark Sears just continues to probe the defense, and there was nothing there the majority of that possession, but he just kept after it. A couple of high ball screens, able to get inside, had an angle to the basket, took the contact, and back to the free throw line.
Ellis guilty of his 4th. Alabama's played a lot of this second half without Grant Nelson, who's got 4 as well. Sears at the stripe with 7:37 to go. The first of 2 is no good. That is Mark's second miss in this game.
Tired legs.
Yeah, big part of it.
Not just specific to Mark, but this Alabama team. And a lot of teams in college basketball this time of year needs rest. And a lot of times when really good free throw shooters are missing free throws, it comes down to tired legs.
Does indeed. Bama to within 3 again with 7:33 to go. Arkansas basketball, as driving will be Mark. He'll pull up with the left hand, rims out no good. Rebound inside Mitchell, got the position, won the battle, and got it to go. The lead goes to 5 again at 62-57. 7:17 to play. Sears off of a screen, left alone, let's fly from 3. That one is short, hit the rim, hit the top of the glass, and goes over the backboard. And that is back to what you were just talking about.
That was a great look. Yeah, a little bit short with it. Ended up being open against Mark, who's a really good defender, but Sears short with a free throw and short on the 3 right there.
Nelson comes in for Alabama. I think it was Stevenson who exits. On the drive, they'll throw it inside to Mitchell. Mitchell working against Nelson, backing his way in, pump fake shot, got it to go. Took it right at him, and Nelson didn't want to pick up the 5th. Here comes Bama the other way. Really need a bucket here. 64-57, 6:45 to play. A lot of time left, but need some momentum gained again. Here's Sears driving, dishing to Nelson. Nelson will work his way into the paint. He'll stop, he'll spin, he'll shoot the little jump hook, got it to go. 5-point Arkansas advantage, 6:30 to play.
Alabama needs stops and to rebound the ball. Nick Pringle's done a good job doing both. Grant Nelson can't be as aggressive with those fouls.
Arkansas with Mack to Mitchell, back to Mack. Or Mark, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Mark with the basketball. Working against Pringle. Mark crossing over, giving it off right side. A deep 3 is no good. Weak side rebound Nelson. Outlet pass Estrada. Estrada working front court. Estrada near side. Going underneath the basket. Off the glass and in. And Alabama is back to within 3. 64-61 with 5:53 remaining. Crowd rising as one again.
Alabama able to get a stop out in transition. Good decision by Aaron Estrada to take it strong to the basket.
They work it onto the right side to Brazil. Brazil to Mark, top of the arc. Mark throwing it down to Mitchell. Defended by Estrada. Mitchell spinning baseline. Poked away and stolen. Estrada got the steal. Saves it to Pringle, who gives it back to Aaron. And the Tide brings it ahead. Estrada driving. Goes down the lane. Steps through. Off the glass and in. It's a 1-point game. 5:20 remaining here in Tuscaloosa.
Aaron Estrada doing it on both ends. He was matched up with a 6'9" Malachi Mitchell, able to pick his pocket. That started the Bama fast break.
Mark working against Estrada. Mark working on the wing, driving down the lane, off his leg, out of bounds, or they say it's off Alabama. Wow. Aaron Estrada thought he got the deflection off the leg of the Razorback. Instead, they said it was off of Aaron's foot. 5:03 to play, 14 on the shot clock, and they showed the replay, and that was butchered. Based on the reaction, it was not accurate.
Yeah, you could see it on the replay.
It's not even close. Another tough one goes against the Tide. They inbound it, then they lose it out of bounds, and Bama's got it. I don't know if there was any poetry to that, but there was indeed justice. It's 5:03 to play. Bama down one, looking to take its first lead of the day with a bucket here.
It's been a 6-0 run for Alabama over the last minute and a half. 3 for its last 3.
Come on, fellas. Here's Estrada. Estrada going to his left. Estrada stopping. Estrada looking for Sears. Sears working against Davis. Playing off the screen from Pringle. Sears downhill. Reverse layup blocked. Tipped. Scrambled. Knocked out of bounds by Nelson.
Well, that's a really good defensive play by Malachi Mitchell. Mark Sears got the ball inside where he wanted it. Good hustle from Grant Nelson to try to knock it away. But he knocks it out of bounds, and little defensive substitution getting Grant Nelson out of the game with 4 fouls.
Stevenson in to replace him. Hodges work it to Battle. Battle playing off the screen to Mitchell. Mitchell a couple of dribbles to his left, a third, a fourth. He picks it up, flips it to Davis. Davis will back it out beyond the arc with 10 on the shot clock. Again, they go to Battle. Battle working against Reitzel. Lost it, got it back. Drives in, off the glass and in. Man, he just muscled that one in.
I thought he lost it.
Driving in will be Estrada. Steps back on the baseline. 8-footer no in the rebound, controlled by Davenport in Arkansas with 4:05 remaining. Arkansas leading it 66-63, and we're now under the 4-minute mark remaining at Coleman Coliseum. Mitchell looking for Battle. Gives it off to him. Battle driving to the top of the arc. Battle changing directions. Battle down low to Mitchell. That's got to be an offensive foul. It's a late whistle. They call a block because, Brian, I think he was inside the restricted area, and I think that's the only reason that it went against Sears instead of being an offensive foul. Mitchell will have free throws when we come back to Tuscaloosa. 3:46 remaining. Bama still trailing Arkansas 66-63 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot fast and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
3:46 to go in the ball game. Bama trailing by 3 to the Arkansas Razorbacks, 66-63. The best move of the game is presented by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. BP, your nomination to this point for the best move.
Well, Mark Sears taking the ball strong to the basket. Listen, Alabama's got tired legs. They did against Florida, but they're battling here against a talented and dangerous Arkansas team who's been able to maintain this lead throughout most of the second half, and Alabama not able to get the stop. It'll be Makai Mitchell going to the line. He's an 80% free throw shooter with a chance to extend this Arkansas lead, but it's been Mark Sears leading the way. He's got 20. Alabama has had some great looks from the three-point line, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country, but they haven't been, as of late, just 1 for 10 since halftime, and overall 5 for 22, just 23%. This Razorback team defensively have gotten better on the perimeter. They defend the three at a much higher rate, but Alabama struggling from deep in this one.
Jim Dunaway, what are you hearing over in the Bama huddle?
First off, Wrightsell, who has played a lot of minutes now since going back for treatment off the court, is still in the game here. He's taking some deep breaths over here, paying attention to Nate Oats, but he is hanging in there. And then there's Grant Nelson, this run that he went on, and during the last shift of this basketball game, he played some big parts, some big roles, a couple of big rebounds, a big bucket there, with 4 fouls. A pretty good run there for Grant Nelson. He's going to stay in the game. Big part of the contest right here. We'll see what they draw up coming out of this huddle.
Jim, thank you so very much. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Out of the timeout, Nelson, Reitzel, Sears, Pringle, and Estrada, the 5 for Alabama. And Mitchell at the line, shooting 2 shots for Arkansas with 3:46 remaining. First one is up, and that one is good.
Alabama has defended really well here in the second half. Too many fouls. Went through that span early where Arkansas able to get to the free throw line, and they're really good. And Makai Mitchell, inside 80% free throw shooter, knocks both down.
Big man who shoots it at that high percentage is awfully effective, and it's a 5-point Hog lead with 3:38 to go. Here's Sears with it front court for Alabama. Sears playing off of a screen, driving, kicking in the corner. Nelson, he'll let it go from 3. Bottom. Huge make there for Alabama, and for Grant Nelson, that is the 6th bank first 3 of the day.
Grant Nelson doesn't shoot a great percentage on the year, but when the game's on the line, he's made huge ones. That one as big as any.
Bama 2 within a bucket again, a 3-point Arkansas advantage. They throw it right side. Mitchell on the drive. Cut off by Nelson, trying to back his way in. Throws his shoulder into Grant. Didn't get the call. Reverse layup, a beauty. Got to get some help on the weak side there, but he was able to get it to drop, and it's a 5-point game again. 70-65. Estrada on the drive. Had his pass deflected away by Mitchell again, and the Hogs come the other direction. Downhill they'll go, and a foul is going to be called on Sears.
Is it a 5-point game or a 4-point game? I thought that was a 3.
I thought it was a 3 as well.
The stat monitor.
Did they wipe another one off?
The stat monitor says.
Well, they just changed it back.
They may have said that 3 by Nelson was a 2. That's a big call in this game.
That's like 4 that have been changed from 3s to 2. Free throw up and good by Battle. He'll have another one coming. Good grief. Between the missed layups in the first half and the 3s that were changed to 2s. Battle hits them both. And the Hogs push it back to 7. Bama's never led in this game. They've been as close as 1, but they've never led. Estrada with it, giving it off to Sears. Every possession matters. Reitzel for 3. Bottom. Huge make, Latrell Reitzel. Alabama 2 within 4 again with 2:26 to go. Defense, fellas. Let's get a stop. Front court. Hogs will push it.
Bama needs a stop, and to do it without fouling, Arkansas has gone inside, drawing Bama fouls here late.
Far side Davis off the screen for Mitchell. Davis lost it, got it back. Feeds it to Ellis. Ellis kicking on the far side to Brazil. Brazil driving against Nelson. Puts it up and got it to go with a left hand. Jackknife in the air, put it up with a left hand, got it to go, and with 2 minutes to play, Bama's down 6. Here's Estrada. Estrada looking, finds Sears. Sears on the drive, down the lane, shot blocked, out of bounds, touch last by the Razorbacks.
Well, that's where foul trouble hurts you. Grant Nelson not able to be as aggressive as he normally would. Arkansas takes advantage of it, going right at him.
Estrada will inbound it from the baseline. Looking for Reitzel. He's got him there. Catch and shoot. 3 ball short. Rebound, though, run down by Pringle to Sears in the corner. He tries a 3. Short. And the weak side rebound claimed by Ellis. The inbounds pass to Reitzel was too low. If he hits him in rhythm, it looks different. Ellis front court with Arkansas the ball and a 6-point lead with a minute and a half to go.
Have to have a stop right here.
Between the circles, Ellis playing off of a double screen, goes to the elbow, gives it back out to Brazil. 5 on the shot clock. To Davis at 4, at 3, lets it fly. That's an air ball, saved by the Hogs, but that will be a shot clock violation with a minute 12 to go in the game, and Bama down 6.
Alabama with just its second made 3 of the second half by Latrell Reitzel a couple possessions ago. Bama 2 for 13 from deep and getting great looks.
Estrada working left side, giving it off to Sears. Sears being pushed by Davis, no whistle. He'll drive and dish to Nelson in the corner for 3. Bottom, he did it again. Grant Nelson is second. Bank first 3 in the last 2 minutes, and Alabama gets a timeout with 59.9 seconds remaining. It becomes a full. We take the break with them. 74-71, Arkansas leading here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Hi, I'm Nick Pringle.
And I'm Loyal McQueen.
Winter is a time for excitement of Crimson Tide basketball, but it is also when viruses that cause respiratory diseases are more rapid into our community.
Vaccination is important for everyone, and especially for those who are at higher risk of developing complications, including older Americans and those with medical conditions.
Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19, flu, and RSV. So don't wait, vaccinate.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/immunization today. Stay safe and roll Tide.
Be sure and stay tuned after the game for the Regents postgame show with Bama coach Nate Oats. Don't forget you can get University of Alabama Visa check card from Regents. Visit regents.com/GoBama to order yours today.
59.9 seconds remain. It's 74-71. Correcting something that I said just before the break is that Alabama had gotten back-to-back threes from Grant Nelson. If you were listening and you remembered, I didn't, that bucket he made on the far side of the floor from us earlier was changed from a 3 to a 2. And Brian, normally I would say left a lot of money on the table. Fitting we're playing the Razorbacks, I'll change it. Left a lot of meat on the bone. But Bama, regardless, still down by 3.
Yeah, and that's at least the 3rd time, maybe the 4th time that Alabama has had a toe on the line on a 3. Obviously, huge. And this one, Alabama down 3, would like to have those back. Missed opportunities at the rim in the first half. Missed opportunities with long twos here throughout the game. But this Arkansas team has played really well, and they've gone to the line and converted. The Razorbacks 19 for 21, 91% in the game. A perfect 13 for 13 from the line in the second half. Alabama down 3, just under a minute to play. Needs a stop, but you got to do it without fouling. Field goal defense has been really good, but got to defend and close out the defensive possession. Alabama's given up some offensive boards here in this game, but it's going to come down to getting a couple stops. Alabama, if they can get a stop, get out in transition. The threes haven't fallen with the regularity that we're used to seeing, but would love to see Mark Sears getting downhill, making a play at the rim.
It's a great one, and it's all brought to you by CB&S Bank. Bama and Arkansas. CB&S is proud to sponsor the Crimson Tide and prouder to take the court with you Chris Stewart, winning time. Let's get this done.
Boy, work to be done. Bama has never led in this ball game. Arkansas was up as many as 15 late in the first half before Bama cut it to 6 at intermission. They have had a chance to take the lead on a couple of occasions at most. Arkansas has answered the bell each time. Hogs have it with a minute to go. They lead by 3. Got to get a stop. Hogs with it in battle. Battle near the center court stripe. 17 to shoot. 16, 15 with a game clock at 44. Battle just holding the basketball. 10, dribbles right at 9. 8, Battle going downhill, hands it off. Mitchell missed the dunk. Rebound claimed by Bama. Nelson flips it ahead. Estrada spinning left, giving it off to Pringle. Pringle to Sears. Sears out to Reitzel. Fakes a 3. Steps back for the tie. Let's start over. Tied at 74. 20 seconds remain. Arkansas can hold it for the last shot. Game 74 all, 12-11. Arkansas won't use the timeout. Brazil front court, or Battle with it front court at 6. Battle at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, at the buzzer. Short. It is out of time. OT we go. Great effort, Alabama. Tying it for the first time since we started, and we are headed to overtime in the regular season finale. We're tied at 74. Back in 1 minute on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Regions celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jay Howard, an employee at BASF in Alabama. As a supervisor, I love working with a company who wins by offering great benefits to its team members. With great chemistry, anything is possible. At BASF, we create chemistry around the world through our people and our products. To join a winning team and a great place to work, visit BASF.US/Alabama. That's BASF.US/Alabama. BASF, we create chemistry.
Well, the guys at CB&S Bank picked a good one. 74 all. Bama and Arkansas going to overtime an extra 5 minutes, and it's all brought to you by CB&S Bank, proud to sponsor the Crimson Tide. Prouder to take the court with you. BP, now it's really winning time. What are we going to do here?
Well, do it. Alabama did the last 2 minutes of the game, and that is hold Arkansas scoreless. A 2-minute scoring drought to end the game. Alabama's defense stepped up, and Latrell Reitzel Jr. with an absolutely huge 3, down 3. Arkansas knew where Bama wanted to go. It was either Mark Sears or Latrell Reitzel. Got it to Reitzel, pump fake. The defender flew past him. He knocked it down. Alabama was able to get the stop and get into overtime. But you can't exhale. You got to keep getting it done on the defensive end. Alabama in a little bit of foul trouble, obviously, with Grant Nelson. He's got 4, but Arkansas's got a couple of guys with 4 as well. You're happy to be in overtime, considering where Alabama was just a few minutes ago, but you can't relax. You got to keep getting it done on both ends of the floor, especially defensively.
Pringle to jump for Alabama. It'll be Brazil to do it for the Hogs, and they win the tap in the backcourt to our right. They get it front court with Ellis. Ellis playing off of the screen, goes right side. Ellis playing off the screen again, goes left. Hands it off to Brazil, left wing. Brazil will drive to the free throw line. Shot blocked by Pringle. Picked up by Sears and then Nelson. Now Mark pushes it ahead. Bama looking for its first lead. Sears circles away from traffic to Nelson. Back to Sears. Sears working against the bigger defender, Mitchell. Sears on the near wing. Crosses over. Down the lane. Back out Estrada. Estrada. Bounce pass inside. Pringle got fouled. A late whistle, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That was a good look inside. It was a late call and an awkward-looking jump. It's because he got fouled as Mekhi Mitchell took Nick's legs out going into that shot. That'll be Nick Pringle at the line. He's been huge in this game, especially defensively and rebounding the ball. It's been Pringle with 10 rebounds. Just 1 for 5 from the field. He's got 7 points, 5 for 8 from the free throw line. A couple of big opportunities right here.
Pringle shooting a pair. 4:23 to go. Bama looking for its first lead of the day. And still looking as that one hit off the front iron. Nick's 5 of 9.
Looking at foul trouble, Grant Nelson's got 4, Sears and Reitzel with 3. Arkansas has 3 players with 4. Ellis, Mark, and Mitchell.
Alabama takes the 75-74 lead with 4:20 to go in OT.
The first lead of the game for Alabama.
Ellis, a bounce pass, right side to Davis. Davis directing traffic, dribbles left, takes it left to the circle, working against Pringle, gives it off to Ellis on the left wing. 7 to shoot as he works it now. Driving, handoff, inside Mitchell the flush. Battle is the one that drew the defense to him, and then Mitchell got the dunk, and the Hogs lead it by 1. On the other end, it's Reitzel. Reitzel trying to get free. Reitzel fires the pass over to Nelson. Nelson going baseline. Kicks it in the corner. Estrada, 3, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Arkansas. That's got to be Bama ball. Oh, mercy. Chuck Jones didn't see it. And look, great work by that crew. Mike Nance saw it. They made the right call. The other 2 officials couldn't tell, and I think they'll go to the monitor, or will they?
I think they're going to get Latrell Reitzel out. He was down, not exactly sure.
He may have gotten popped.
Get Sam Walters into the game. Well, that was a great look from Aaron Estrada, who struggled shooting the ball in this game wide open, but Bama gets it back.
Hopefully Latrell can come back as Bama looks to get the ball in. They beat the count, getting it to Pringle. Pringle fires it back to Estrada. He'll drive baseline, got cut off. Backs it out, gets it into the paint now. Kicks it over to Walters for 3. Sam Walters, first make in a month, it feels like, for that fella, but he buries it when Bama needed it most. 78-76 with 3:15 to go in overtime.
What a huge shot by the freshman.
Battle with it. Around to Mark. Mark driving. And a foul's going to be called if it's on Nelson. It's his 5th. Grant just fouled out. You know what? He did. They pointed it on 2-4.
Okay.
He put up a 2, which would have been on Nelson, and then Chuck Jones threw up 4 fingers. And I've never been happier to see that.
And I'm not sure that's the right call. I thought
I'm real sure it's not.
Was on Grant Nelson unless Sam Walters reached in.
Wow.
And they gave it to him. That's a big no call on Grant Nelson. Obviously, it sends a really good free throw shooter to the line with a chance to tie the game, and Tremont Mark.
Tremont Mark hits the first. Tremont Mark hits the second, and we are tied at 78. What a ball game here in the final regular season contest. Estrada trying to go baseline, cut off, flips it to Pringle, pivots, looks, Pringle, backing down, giving it to Nelson for 3. No good. Rebound, Walters claims it, puts it up, got it! Sam Walters, back-to-back buckets, a 3, and then a rebound to lay it in, and Alabama leads by 2, 80-78 with 2:37 remaining.
How about Sam Walters? Only in the game because Latrell Reitzel just went out with maybe a little bit of a leg injury, but Walters making the most of it in a huge way.
Mark giving it off on the left side to Ellis. Ellis on the drive, underneath, pass to Mitchell is in, and we're tied at 80 with 2:17 to go in overtime. Sears front court for Alabama. Sears looking, looking, crossing right, giving it off to Pringle. Pringle, a dribble to his left, a handoff, Estrada. Estrada the drive, the runner off the glass, yes. How about the poise of Estrada? He had an open three, but he's not been good from there today. He drove it to the bucket. He got it to go, and Bama leads by 2 with 1:50 remaining. Mark with it for Arkansas. Mark against Nelson, lost it. Grant took it away. Here comes Bama. Mark Sears to the rim, lays it in. Bama by 4 with 1:38 to go.
What a huge stop as Arkansas gets the timeout. Graham Nelson able to give ground, defend without fouling. That started the Alabama fast break. Bama up 4 with 1:38 to play.
Woo! Crowd on its feet.
And how about Sam Walters? He's in the game because Latrell Weitzel, who hit the game-tying 3, looked like he got bumped. He's on the Alabama bench dealing with that. Hopefully he's okay, but Sam Walters comes in the game, knocks down his first 3 in several games, gets an offensive rebound putback. What huge minutes by the freshman who, without that situation, Latrell probably wouldn't be in the game, but love to see the freshman who struggled mightily from the three-point line the last couple of weeks of the season step up, making big plays.
You know, Brian, I think Latrell may have been gassed a little bit. He was squatting down, and he was kind of grabbing a leg, but I wonder how much of that may be
I think it's
cramping.
Yeah, could be cramping, and that's a great point because he has not played in about 2.5 weeks.
Right.
And he's done some things to try to stay in shape, but with that head injury was not able to do nearly as much as he normally would. And man, has he battled in this game on both ends of the floor, playing way more minutes than probably Nate Oats would have liked for him to, but 18 points and 4 for 8 from the three-point line right now on the Alabama bench. But how about the next man up mentality as Sam Walters gets the opportunity and had a huge 3, a huge offensive rebound, and Alabama able to put back-to-back stops together and get this lead.
Looks like Latrell's going back in the game, Brian. He is seated within the huddle of the players that will normally go back on the floor for the Crimson Tide. Sam Walters standing up, which would indicate that he's out. But, man, this thing looks a whole lot different without Sam in the last minute and a half.
Well, without those plays, Alabama wouldn't be in position to win this game. Still far from this game being over. Just a 2-possession game, 1:38 to play. Alabama was down 6 with 2 minutes to play, or less than 2 minutes, against Arkansas in this game in regulation. And some big plays late. Alabama able to get stops. And we said it the entire second half. You got to get it done on the defensive end. That's why Alabama was able to get it to overtime and got to continue that here the last 1:38 of OT. And also defend without fouling this Arkansas team who's been so good from the free throw line. I don't think they've missed since the first half. 21 for 23 from the line.
Ellis with the basketball for Arkansas as the Tide has its biggest lead of the day at 4. They didn't lead at all until overtime. Hoggs with it on the drive. They go down the lane. Shot would not drop for Battle, but he gets fouled and will go to the line for a pair. When he makes up his mind, he's going to go to the rim, Brian. Well, he's getting to the rim one way or the other.
There's been nobody hotter in college basketball over the last couple of weeks than Khalif Battle. It's been over 30 points in 3 straight games. The only game he hasn't, that 4th game, he had 29 against LSU. Alabama's done a pretty good job on him in this game, but he and his teammates have gotten to the line and they haven't missed.
They do hit another one. They are 22 of 24 from the stripe. Alabama's 15 of 23.
They've been perfect in overtime and in the second half from the line.
Second attempt upcoming, trying to make it a 2-point game. 1:26 to go. Box outs, so important just in case. And he does make another one. Nelson will inbound it. Gets it into Sears. Bama by 2 with 1:21 left to play in overtime. Front court, Sears. Sears Giving it off to Estrada. Estrada looking to his right. Hands it off to Sears. Sears over to Reitzel. Reitzel on the wing. Driving to the elbow. Reitzel stopping. Backing it out. Throws it down low. The flush from Pringle. Great job by Reitzel. Backing it out. Drawing the defense away. And then Sears checked that Pringle with a flush.
Patient and poised. The veteran on senior night makes a big play.
Battle the drive in the bucket for two with 50 seconds to go, making it a 2-point game again, 86-84. Bama the ball in the 2-point lead. Reitzel front court. Reitzel trying to drive. Reitzel cut off and backing it out. Reitzel near the center court stripe, being hounded by the defender battle. Reitzel off the screen, works inside the arc, works down the lane, works to the paint, works it in. Oh, mercy! What a play, Latrell Reitzel, running off the hip of Nick Pringle. And Bama leads by 4. 25 seconds remaining. Battle up top 3. Brick caught by Nelson. Bama with 20 seconds to go has it up by 4. Latrell front court. Latrell had it poked away. A scramble out of bounds. Sit down, folks. I can't see. Thank you. It'll be, I think, whose ball? They called it on Alabama, and shots upcoming for Arkansas with 13.8 to go.
The only thing that can't happen, a chance to cut into this lead, they go the other way, is
Latrell Reitzel's fourth.
Alabama turns it over. Latrell Reitzel trying to get it back. Gets called for the foul in Arkansas. A team that has been perfect from the line goes to the stripe. It'll be Ellis going to the line for 2. 14 seconds to play. Alabama up 4.
They remain perfect. Do the Hogs in this frame. Pringle's coming out. Walters in to replace him. Bama wanted to make
time for Arkansas to intentionally miss this. Alabama's got to be careful with it. Bama's got a couple of timeouts.
Free throw is missed, and Estrada claims it. And then Arkansas knocked it out of bounds. 12.8 to go. It's a 3-point lead. That is Arkansas's first miss of the second half. Ellis couldn't get it to go. Will go the other way, and they called a foul on Arkansas. It was not a miss. It was not a deflection out of bounds. It was a foul on the Hogs. And who's going to the line for the Tide?
It'll be Aaron Estrada. Hasn't had a great game in terms of scoring. 4 for 14 from the field. Has not attempted a free throw. Only 3 rebounds, but a chance to make this a 2-possession game.
This is big right here. 88% on the year. Free throw good. One more upcoming. Pringle comes back in, and Walters will sit down. Defense replacing offense for Alabama. 12.8 on the clock. 89-85 on the scoreboard. Bama free throw is good. Here in overtime, Bama its biggest lead at 5. Hogs hurry the other way. Mark lets fly from deep. Nails it with 8 seconds to go. It's a 2-point game. Be smart, fellas. Timeout. Oh, that's a break for Alabama because they stopped the clock to talk something over, and that's going to help Bama get Sam Walters into the game. That's huge.
Yeah, because Arkansas did not put a man on Nick Pringle, and he was the open man.
They're going to review it to see if it's a 2 or a 3, I guess. But, man, Brian, regardless, not having to use the timeout and being able, not that you couldn't have because you got 2 left, but to get Sam Walters in the game right there, that is massive for Alabama.
Yeah, and Nate Oats doesn't have to call timeout. Got 2 left in case you can't get the ball in bounds. And did they call it a 2 on the floor?
Brian, I don't think so. I've got it as a 3 on our stat monitor, but only a 2 on the score, and they do make it a 3-point basket after reviewing.
And that'll make it a 2-point game. So,
and I thought that was right all along.
Yeah, it just, as we've seen over the course of this game on a couple of different occasions, the stat monitor and the scoreboard did not agree. Now they do. 2-point game with 8.1 seconds to play gives, as you mentioned, Nate Oats an opportunity to get more free throw shooters in the game, and you want the ball in the hands of Mark Sears right here. And Arkansas knows that. They're going to deny Aaron Estrada, Latrell Reitzel, but also in the game, Walters and Grant Nelson.
Ellis will not face guard Estrada. Instead, he will try to help deny anybody coming to the ball, including Sears, or especially Sears. Bama's got to hurry. They get it into Mark. Mark will flip it ahead. Walters will drive in to the rack for the flush. Bama by 4 with 3 seconds to go. Hogs throw it ahead. Let them battle. Deep 3. It's no good. It's no good. Let's get out of here. Bama wins it. 92-88 in overtime. Strike up the band. Make barbecue like we did a year ago, but cutting the heart out of the pig ain't a bad thing either. 92-88, Alabama able to get the win in overtime. And folks, if you're listening, stay put, because we got Senior Day festivities taking place here at Coleman Coliseum. Right now, we'll take our first post-game break, though. Bama a winner, 92-88 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Yellowhammer Brewing is proud to sponsor the Alabama Crimson Tide. Yellowhammer Brewing has been crafting fine beers for the state of Alabama for 12 years running. Their beers include a variety of classic styles, including their latest release, Yellowhammer Gold, a light, easy-drinking American lager. These guys are local and doing great things for their community. You can find their beers at grocery stores, restaurants, and craft beer shops throughout the state. Check them out at yellowhammerbrewing.com. Make your next pint of Yellowhammer and roll Tide.
When you're planning your next visit to Tuscaloosa, explore the upscale options available at the new AC Hotel by Marriott. Conveniently located in the heart of downtown Tuscaloosa, surrounding yourself in luxury and comfort in a spacious room with complimentary Wi-Fi, a smart TV, premium toiletries, and a plush bed, while the rooftop bar and lounge provides the best place in town to wind down after cheering the Crimson Tide to victory. AC Hotel Tuscaloosa Downtown is proud to be a preferred hotel partner of the University of Alabama Athletics.
Hi, I'm Jay Howard, an employee at BASF in Alabama. As a supervisor, I love working with a company who wins by offering great benefits to its team members. With great chemistry, anything is possible. At BASF, we create chemistry around the world through our people and our products. To join a winning team and a great place to work, visit BASF.US/Alabama. That's BASF.US/Alabama. BASF, we create chemistry.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryant Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
Hi, I'm Nick Pringle.
And I'm Loyal McQueen.
Winter is a time for excitement of Crimson Tide basketball, but it is also when viruses that cause respiratory diseases are more rapid into our community.
Vaccination is important for everyone, and especially for those who are at higher risk of developing complications, including older Americans and those with medical conditions.
Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including COVID-19, flu, and RSV. So don't wait, vaccinate.
For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/immunization today. Stay safe and roll Tide.
Alabama fans, college basketball is back. So grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Crimson Tide fans or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Welcome to the Regions Postgame Show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Order the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoBama.
What a comeback by Nate Oats, Alabama Crimson Tide. Down 15 late in the first half. They cut it to 6 at intermission. Then the Crimson Tide battled, never could take the lead in regulation, but tied it for the first time just before the end of regulation, and then win it in OT 92-88. We listen in to Tony Giles managing our Senior Day festivities.
On and off the court. Today we honor our senior managers and our senior players. Starting with our managers, first, Noah McMeekin from Sandrock, Alabama. Noah has spent 3 seasons as a sports science intern and will graduate with a degree in kinesiology. Manager Noah McMeekin. Next, it's Wes Reinigal from Annandale, New Jersey. Wes served the program for the last 3 years and will graduate with a degree in business management. Manager Wes Reinigal.
That's so cool.
Our next manager is Parker Hayes from Vestavia Hills. Parker has been with the basketball program the last 2 years and will graduate with a degree in sports management. Senior manager Parker Hayes.
Managers getting their pictures made at center court.
Christian Bridgewater from Birmingham. Christian has served the program the last 4 seasons and will graduate with a degree in communication studies. Senior manager Christian Bridgewater.
Young men getting their picture made with the athletic director Greg Byrne and head coach Nate Oats.
Next, it's KJ Hall from Chelsea, Alabama. KJ served the program the last 3 years and will graduate with a degree in sports management.
Young people, you may not notice a lot, but we do.
KJ Hall.
They do a ton for us. We appreciate them so very much. Most importantly, what they do for the team. But we appreciate what they do for us as well.
Mark Vanilla from South River, New Jersey. Mark served the program the last 3 years and will graduate with a degree in sports management. Senior manager Mark Vanilla.
These managers do a lot for everybody, and some of them want to go into coaching. Some of them
Next is Cooper Lee from Nashville, Tennessee.
Want to go into other areas, but I can tell you, if you've ever hired a basketball or football manager, the ones we've been around the most, you're never disappointed in that. These guys and girls have an incredible work ethic, and they mean so much to this program.
Our 8th and final senior manager is Jenna Stockwell from Jamestown, New York. Jenna has been with the program the last 3 seasons and will earn her degree in sports operations. Senior manager Jenna Stockwell.
Senior Day festivities, always so emotional, but especially after a win.
Max has been with the program 3 seasons and has been a fan favorite from day one. Throughout his career, Max has been named to the SEC Academic Honor Roll and was named to this year's SEC Community Service Team for his exceptional work in the community. Max will graduate with a 4.0 GPA in biology pre-dental. Max is accompanied by his father, Hogg, his mother, Cynthia, and his brother, Andrew. Number 31, Max Charnowski. Our next team, Nick Pringle from Seabrook, South Carolina. In the last few seasons at Alabama, Nick has provided many highlights on the court, including a double-double in the first round of the 2023 NCAA tournament, and has scored more than 300 points during his time with the Crimson Tide. Nick will graduate with a degree in communication studies and is accompanied by his mother, Quajaline Pringle, and his uncle, Anthony Fields, and his nephew, Trey Pringle. Please give a big round of applause for number 23, Nick Pringle. Next up, it's Latrell Reitzel Jr. from Omaha, Nebraska. In his lone season with the Tide, Latrell has shined, scoring more than 10 points per game during SEC contests, including a season-high 21 points at LSU. Latrell will graduate with a degree in human environmental studies and is accompanied by his father, Latrell Reitzel Sr., and his mother, Chandra Reitzel, and his sister, Jaden. Number 12, Latrell Reitzel Jr. Next, it's Grant Nelson from Devils Lake, North Dakota. After transferring this season from North Dakota State, Grant has excelled on the court, averaging more than 11 points a game and leading the team in rebounding. Grant has scored double figures in 20 games this season and recorded a double-double in Alabama's win over Auburn. Grant is accompanied by his girlfriend, Soraya Espino. Please put your hands together for number 2, Grant Nelson. Our 5th senior is Aaron Estrada from Woodbury, New Jersey. Aaron has shined in his 1 year at Alabama, leading the team in assists and ranks 3rd in the SEC while scoring double figures in 23 games this year. He recorded Alabama's 4th triple-double in program history and Alabama's win at Ole Miss. Aaron has graduated and is working towards earning a 2nd degree. He is accompanied by his mom, Brianna Melton, his sister, Amari Estrada, and his brother, Amir Estrada. Number 55, Aaron Estrada. Our 6th and final senior is Mark Sears from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Mark returned home to Alabama for the last 2 seasons and has thrived for the Crimson Tide. Mark was a 2023 All-SEC honoree, and this year leads the SEC in scoring and ranks 15th in Division I. Mark has had one of the best seasons in program history as he ranks in the top 5 in program history for most points in a single season. In his 2 seasons with the Tide, Mark has scored more than 1,100 points, and he has more than 2,000 points for his entire collegiate career. Mark will graduate with a degree in human environmental sciences. He's accompanied by his mother, Lamika, his father, Chad, and his sister, Mackenzie. Number 1, Mark Sears. The senior class for Alabama basketball.
They'll take a picture with that group and wrap up their Senior Day festivities, part of our Regions postgame show. Order now for the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoBama. 92-88, again, the final score. Alabama a winner in this one. Our coverage brought to you in part by Assurance Financial. And in less time than halftime, you can apply for a mortgage at AssuranceMortgage.com. Also, Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, a great partner with us. That's the unbeatable combination for termite protection. A lot more postgame coming your way, including a visit with Coach Nate Oats next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryant Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit rolldominoes.com. Thanks for your business, and Roll Tide.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container, because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Reitzel on the wing, driving to the elbow. Reitzel stopping, backing it out, throws it down low. The flush from Pringle. Great job by Reitzel, backing it out, drawing the defense away, and then Sears checked that Pringle with a flush.
That was fun. The assist of the game is brought to you by Baumhauer's Victory Grill, where we invite all diehard basketball fans to compete in the second annual Bracket Challenge. Sign up at Baumhauers.com or scan the QR code at your favorite Baumhauer's location. Register now and fill out your brackets by March 21st for a chance to win a $500 Visa gift card grand prize. Bama over Arkansas here at Coleman in overtime, 92-88. The turning point of the game is presented by Payless Drugs, your locally owned family pharmacy with 4 locations in the Birmingham area. Payless can handle your prescriptions, over-the-counter solutions, and home delivery. Visit mynewpharmacy.com to Payless. Nice to get a hug from the fans, BP. Everybody happy here at Coleman. OT winner. Bama needed that one.
Yeah, and that was a special fan, by the way. That is Luke Ratliff's mom. Fluff's mom is in the house, so always special to see her and Luke's family. We certainly miss Fluff. And when you look to the student section and see how far Crimson Chaos has come, we know who to thank for that, and that is Luke Ratliff. But what a game on senior day. Not the game we expected.